Alright, good morning guys. How is everyone? We are back on it is Wednesday, right? Wednesday morning, August 30th, 2017. And let's go through here. Progressive, Reptus, Guy, Jacob, Yuri. Everyone, good morning. Thank you guys for tuning in first thing in the morning. That's awesome. Welcome back. We did take yesterday off, so we are going to somewhat catch up here, but as with always, first things first, let's go over the Ironman challenge rules real quick. So, for number one, there's no dying for any reason. There's no gear above white quality. Grays are okay. No gear enchants, no talents, no potions, no flasks, no elixirs, no healthstones. No joining groups or raids, no killing raids, dungeon or raid bosses. No food buffs, no XP boosting activities such as your recruiter friend, your monk ratio, your XP potions. By the way, for recruiter friend, we're doing that. I'm doing that with my girlfriend right now, and that's a ton of fun. I recommend doing that. That's a lot of fun, actually. No pet battle leveling, no battlegrounds or arenas, no bodyguards, referring to Warlords, Draenor, or Legion, and no professions except for first aid. Arky says, "Good morning." Good morning, Arky. How are you doing? Let's see. He says, "Why are you playing the Hunter? Is it because it's the easiest class?" Arky, that was the assumption initially. But come to find out, a lot of the stuff people die to within the Ironman challenge is class independent. So there are classes that are faster than others, but I don't know if there's one necessarily easier outside of your class rotation, if that makes any sense. But we can go into that a little bit more detail if you want later on in the stream. Let me go ahead and knock out the morning stuff here. Keithy is still level 70. And to be honest, once September rolls around, I'll probably focus more so. I'll keep up to date with everyone as far as their Ironman challenge, whether or not they're participating, but we'll focus more so on those who are in the Warlock race itself. So that's coming in September, as well as the new September calendar update in the description. So all that's in the description, as well as all the challengers, all the rules. That's all in the description as well. Hobie says, "Hey, actually I caught your stream live for once." Thank you, Hobie. Welcome. Good morning. How are you doing? Only says, "Hunter is widely regarded as the top tier for Ironman. Good damage, excellent utility, commands, pet and take for you, feign death, and you get out." Yeah, it has a lot more utility, and like Only said, it's a good starter class. But as far as ease outside of the class mechanics and rotation, I'm debating that. We'll once I do a melee Ironman, we'll be able to maybe talk about it a little bit more. But from what I've seen, it's more of a question of which class is faster more so than speed. Conspiracy, good morning, Conspiracy. How are you doing? Now Eric says, "Hello, Qyune." Hello, Eric. Good morning. How are you doing? Let's see. H says, "Have to have friends to do a recruiter friend." You know what? I think I might be wrong, but I think you can recruit a friend yourself. I think, and make your second account. Don't quote me on that. That's purely speculative. But going toward the Ironman race, I'll announce it first thing in the morning today, as well as tomorrow, and then we'll get right into it on Friday. But the Ironman challenge race is in September. You don't have to start on September 1st. You can join anytime during the race. Ironman challenge, the faster you go, the more dangerous it is. So it's one of those things it naturally balances itself out a little bit. But the only stipulation is that you have to be a Warlock to participate. There's two legs of the race. One is from your lowest play time to get to 60, and then the other one is your whoever has the highest level at the end of the month also wins. There's really no rewards. Keithy should chime in here pretty soon, but there's really no rewards when it comes to the participants. He is handling the rewards for those who are watching, who want to, I think, take bets on who's going to make the lowest time to 60, as well as take bets on who's going to make have the highest level at the end of the month. So that's handled on Keithy's side. Speaking of which, his Discord is in the description as well. So if you're interested, go ahead and list your character and the realm you're playing on, and I'll try to keep up to date with everyone every single day. That way there's a daily update, and we just kind of go back and forth with all of our progress and misfortunes and everything like that. So with that all out the way, Jennifer says, "Morning peeps." Good morning, Jennifer. How are you doing? Oh, and Only, I finally found the I say finally, it was a lot easier after you pointed it out to me, but I did find the template for the dangerous quest in each zone, so thank you for that. If you guys are interested in it as well, I'll add that to the link, because that's really good information for those who are new to the Ironman challenge. Which, to be honest, let's go ahead and get in here. To be honest, I think the most challenging thing with the Ironman challenge is just having that knowledge of knowing what's dangerous, what's not, what's okay, what's not okay. Alright, so with 7.3s come, you know, add-ons that are out of date. So one of those being my Bagnon. So we did luck out, and the swiftness potion that I looted, what was that, Monday? Yeah, Monday. I actually sold it, so it managed to do pretty well. Let's see. Barry says, I'm doing well, and how about yourself? Not bad. I have class today, and that should be my last one for the week, so once I knock out my assignment, which I was supposed to have done yesterday, will be even better. Yuri says, you can recruit yourself and multi-box. Okay, yeah, I thought you could, but I wasn't 100% sure. Minge says, hi Jennifer, what? Good morning, Minge, how are you doing? Welcome back. Alright, so we need to kill Murlocs, and hopefully we can do this at 2 of them. How's your Ironman challenge going? Have you made it past Deathless yet? Jennifer says, I'm good, dude, gonna run my weekly disappointment on my warrior, then switch up my huntress, and play some more Suramar, so I don't outstrip friends in Argus. Nice. Yeah, I need to, I think this week will be the first week we try to start doing content outside of the Ironman challenge, but like I said, it's going to be more so in the afternoon. Ooh, 42, nice. And I think we'll do time walking in the afternoon. I haven't set up a time for that, but more than likely maybe Friday. Maybe Friday. And Friday midday, Friday afternoon, depending on the schedule and whatnot. I'm still kind of fine-tuning September schedule, but that'll be listed in the description as it comes. So something I do definitely need to do though. Alright, so with that, we'll head back into town and turn it in. Do we need to do anything over here? Since we have the Hearthstone, I'm going to make my way over here to kill this rare. I don't see any need to actually go back there just yet, so we'll just kind of swim into shore here and avoid these guys. This guy says, by the way, Druid is good for farming solo dungeons. Yes, it is. Just because, you know, you can switch forms so quickly, as well as go into tank mode. Now, just so we're clear, dungeons aren't allowed. The killing of bosses within dungeons is not allowed in any way, so I just kind of be aware of that. This guy's 13, yeah, so we're running into a bunch of add-on issues. If it keeps up, I might have to take off Z-Pro, which makes things just a little bit more messy, but it's just something we'll deal with until it finally works itself out. Min says, hi Qyune, sorry to see you die on the last attempt. Bet you're kicking yourself because it was avoidable death. Yeah, I was. And the thing was, is only had pointed out that there was a list of dangerous quests, and I hadn't found it at the time, so it was just a bad combination of everything. Alright, so that's our rare there. So that's that. Let's go ahead and clear our way over here. In these early levels, killing rares is important for 2 reasons. One, it gives you about a quest worth of not rested XP, but just a quest worth of XP. And then 2, you also get green sometimes, which can sell pretty decently depending on the green itself. And I'm already missing Bagnon, to be honest. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and turn this in. Promaniac says, anyone want to recruit a friend? Good morning, Promaniac. I think that's the first time I've seen your name in the channel. Good morning, how are you doing? Yeah, like I said, recruit a friend's pretty fun. The XP only lasts about a month, I think, the XP boost, but you can level quite a bit within that month, and yeah, it's fun. It's something different. Min says, nope, died again. Was chasing a rare and my internet. Oh, see, that's the worst. When you run into like a technical issue like that, I'm gonna have to look at the. yeah, we're gonna run into this all day. I can already sense it. So, that's the bad thing about running a lot of add-ons, is for the next week or two after a patch, you just have nothing but errors showing up. So you might have to find another add-on to tuck away the errors. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and put our cloth somewhere more manageable. And let's see. It says my server is still closed and I'm doing good, thanks. Oh, glad to hear it. Yeah, like I said, after those big patches like that, servers are still kind of unpredictable, as well as your add-ons, so it's all good. We'll make do. We'll just kind of take it slow today and make sure we don't run into anything and put ourselves in too much danger. Honestly speaking, from 1 to 20, a lot of it you can just kind of wing it. There's not too much to be concerned about, but once you start getting into areas like Ashen Vale and then Stone Talon Mountains, that'll add up. The dangers there add up pretty quick. So we're going to keep grinding our way through here, picking up little treasures and killing everyone that's has a red name. 8 says, whenever you aggro, I always think you're about to die. Yeah, no, especially you know, whenever we see a rare like that and you have that red going around the outline of the screen, it always kind of just triggers a little bit of a panic. But yeah, I'm sure I could take that off, but at the same time it's kind of helpful. So Progressive says, I know about technical issues. Yeah, so Progressive, I saw your death on your latest character, and I have no idea what was going on. I think sometimes mobs over there, from what I looked at, can shoot through the floor. So, you know, that's the only thing I could really recommend. It looked like the mob that was aggro to you was had disappeared and bugged out. So I don't know what you could do for as far as that. But yeah, the Horde's kind of rough on that side, evidently. I'm gonna have to watch out for a lot. Watch out, yeah, for a lot when I go over there. Asher says, hello, guy. Hello again, guys. Good morning, Asher. How are you doing? Welcome back. We are starting at level 17 this morning. Slowly working our way to however far we get. We're going to do 3 hours today because I have class, and then I also have homework to do for that class. So that's going to give me a little bit of time to knock that out. Min says, back to level 18 again, so I'm in the area where you are now. Nice. What server are you doing? I guess a better question is, what server are you on? Let's see. Let's go ahead and grab this relic over there if we can stop falling. There we go. And he says, that's what I meant, aggroing the rare. Yeah, like I said, the rares are, when they pop out, NPC scan, I'm sure I could go in and alter the color, but that's almost more work than it's worth to me, to be honest. But yeah, I do get that same feeling as well. Alright, so we have all the quests done here. Progressive says, the guy I attacked phased out and he kept damaging me while invisible. See, that's a shame. I hate when I see Ironman challengers die due to, you know, technicalities and bugs and whatnot. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and turn in all of this and accept all the other quests, which I think is going to lead us into the Horde area, where we collect stuff and kill other people, as well as kill one named mob. So that'll work pretty well. There's no other rares that I'm aware of on this end of Darkshore. That's going to be fun to deal with. Yeah, if it becomes a huge hassle, I'll probably disable Z-Pro for the time being, but we'll see. It should be manageable. Min says, by the way, Qyune, there is a crossbow in the Vendor Stone one for level 29. Is there really? Okay. I'll keep that in mind, because I know a lot of times, I think the past 2 times I've gone in with a into Outland with a bow that I just happened to find when I dropped that. I happened to find a bow that I picked up that dropped as a gray item, so I might have to stop by Stormwind then. Thank you for that. Blade's Edge, gotcha. Alright. Yeah, every time I see Blade's Edge, I'm kind of concerned as far as Outland goes. We will not be going there again. That was a... We might actually. Now that we have the list of what to watch out for, we might, but that was a pretty dangerous zone. Asher says, I love some of the sets the White Gear has right now. You can actually look like a hunter. Yeah, you know, it's... I don't know why Blizzard team has decided that it's not transmoggable, either to use as a transmog or to actually transmog the items themselves. So maybe in the future they'll kind of address that, but I don't see too much of a reason to you know, gate that kind of a content behind white and gray gear. Progress says, I made a no Morlock, so I'm an Alliance now. Nice. Well, welcome to the Alliance side. Are you going to wait till September to start them up, or what's your plans there, Progressive? Oh, we need to burn them, okay. Oh, you know what? That's the other thing I haven't done. Let me turn off World Quest Finder, just because we don't really need it. Alright, so we're not going to use Master Plan. We don't need the item level ink. Let me see what else we have here. We need Sexy Map, Silent World Quest. We don't need that. And then this as well, so reload UI there. Progress says how custom zone today. Alright, that's up to you. No pressure. Alright, so we have add-on errors all over the place, but we can burn these things now. So with that, let's go ahead and close that out. Hey, it says blue shirt. Oh, crew, nice. That's yeah, someone was saying that the other day. If I play on my horde character, will I get a red shirt? I might actually. That would be kind of a neat separation to do. I have a red shirt, believe it or not. It's more darker red, but same difference. Progress says, I've seen the crossbow somewhere myself, but can't remember where. Yeah, I think it's in Stormwind, is what Minge was saying. Only says, white items don't soulbind. Blizzard wants transmog items to be soulbound. Blizzard could make the white item soulbound on Mog, but you're not supposed to be using white items in the first place. Yeah, I guess that's an interesting point. And like you said, if they made it such that, you know, when you transmog a white item that it's soulbound, then I feel like that would kind of fix the issue. Because if it comes from a vendor, it's no real worry in, you know, marking it up on the auction house, I guess. So there is that. Alright, so we need how many more boxes? We need 6 more boxes and a couple more of these guys. So what we'll do is burn this one over here real quick. This guy says it drops 2. Age says that was me. I think I missed that one. Trying to catch up here. Bradley says extreme hardcore mode. Turn off all HUDs and add-ons and your monitor off too. Yeah, that sounds like suicide mode. Now I am doing a hard mode where I'm combining the Bloodthirsty Ironman with the normal Ironman challenge, which is pretty much doing leveling from 1 to 110, just grinding, but only having white quality gear. And at the same time, just to make things more difficult, there is no Hearthstone. I deleted mine, and I will not be training in any sort of mount. So there's that. We'll say Nox. Nox, welcome to the stream. Good morning. How are you doing? Alright, with that, we need how many more boxes? 1 more item burned here, and then we'll kill 1 more Mystic. And I think we can kill the name mob after that. If we can find... Yeah, there's a mystic. Progression says, have you done any of the Argus stuff yet, Qyune? No, not yet. My classes are Monday through Wednesday, so what I've done is I haven't had a chance to hop on yet. I think servers were down for a good bit of time yesterday, so I didn't even give it a shot, to be honest. I might this afternoon. Like I said, I got a little bit of work to do. Cornell, welcome to the stream, and thank you for the subscription as well. Like I said, I have a little bit of work to do today, so I probably won't get a good chance to get into 7.3 and work the bugs out of my DK until maybe Thursday afternoon. Now, I think the good side of that is that maybe by then the bugs and the add-ons will have worked themselves out, and they'll be up to date. I can already see I miss the silencing shot. Alright, so we have a key here. I don't know if the key was part of the item, but I'm gonna let him out, just see what happens. Oh, well, that's new. Okay. I think every other time I've had the key, I've just kind of ignored it. He does have quite a bit low health, so this is the first time doing this escort quest. I learn something new each time, I suppose. I think this is the 5th time we've been in Darkshore, but this is the first time I've actually done this quest. I'm just assuming he's going to run straight to where we need to go, so I'm just going to clear ahead of him as much as possible, and that did stop him from running here. Since he has so little health, I'm going to just prevent him from being hit altogether, and I'll try to catch up with chat after this real quick. Horde Enforcer. Huh. Alright, we're not flagged for PvP, so this is pretty normal, it looks like. Waiting for the quest to signify it's been complete. I don't know. Okay. Alright, so it's all over here. Okay. Let's see. James, I think that's James, right? Thank you for the subscription as well. Good morning. Thank you for the early wave of subscriptions and likes, guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. We'll go ahead and take this guy out. The bad thing about these Murlocs is that they don't give you any XP whatsoever, so there's not too much of a benefit in wasting your time trying to kill them. I'm gonna head back inland and at least come across mobs that we could get XP from. Now it says, hey, good morning Noah. How's your morning going? Jennifer says, hey, escort quest. Yeah, escort quest can be a good way to fail the Ironman challenge. But if generally speaking, if you work ahead and you're able, you've had experience with that particular escort previously, most of the time they're okay. This guy says, be right back, gonna get ramen. Alright, we'll be here. Jennifer says, you're done, Qyune. What do you mean, Jennifer? It makes me nervous when you say that, like I might come up on my death without knowing about it. Blood Plays says, I'm here again. Good morning, Blood Plays. How are you doing? Only says, shouldn't be any PvP mobs in this zone. Definitely PvP mobs in the next zone. Yeah, I wasn't 100% sure, but it looks like you're right. There's no PvP to worry about here. One of the other kind of reasons I think that is that it's a alliance only zone. So whichever is more expensive we'll grab. And that is level 18. We'll go ahead and put our trap here, put this over here somewhere, and turn in these 3 quests. Alright, so with that, that's done, that's accepted, and I think we're heading toward... No, not yet. We have to clear these guys out around this area, as well as the tower coming up. Jennifer says, done with the escort. It looked like... Oh, okay, yeah. Gotcha, yes. Yeah, I was wondering why it didn't trigger anything, so I don't know if I was done right when it started or when it ended, so I have to look back at that next time I do it. Let's see here. We need to clear out everything in this area because we have a named mob we need to kill, so go ahead and do that now. But yeah, it looks like tomorrow will be the last day we do the hunter for about a month. Just because, like I said, the Ironman race starts, the Warlock Ironman Challenge race starts September 1st, so we're just going to get as far as a hunter, keep him logged out of an inn, that way we don't accumulate a bunch of rested XP as much as possible, and then I think I need to work my way around this way. That way it just kind of keeps the spirit of the Ironman Challenge up and makes things as challenging as possible. There's no rule against rested XP, by the way, so I know there was a little bit of confusion a while back, but there's no rule against rested XP, so feel free to park your character as you see needed, should I say. Blood Blaze, how are you doing? Like I said, good morning and welcome back. Xantric says, Qyune, my dude, what's going on, Xantric? Good morning, how are you doing? How's your challenger coming along? We're going to work our way around this guy and kill everything here. Just use the benefit of the hunter at this moment. And this should be number 6 down here. Alright, so with that, we'll go ahead and blow this guy up. We can't silence the water bolt. It hits for about 6%, so it's not the worst thing in the world. And off we go to take care of this tower and kill the guys over here. Sancho says, good playing, at the moment 27, very nice. Sorry, Sancho says, sorry to see you die. It's all good. It's all part of the Ironman experience, I suppose. If there's any benefit, there's you definitely won't die. I say that. I better not say that. I was gonna say better not. You won't die to the same thing twice. But there was that crypt in Dragonblight where we did almost die twice. I think I'm gonna try to avoid that next time. I think next time when we go through Northrend, we're gonna take it a lot not slower, but you know, we're going to avoid unnecessary dangers just because we've died out there twice. We did get a BOE. We've died out there twice, so we're just going to take it in stride this time and be a little bit more careful. Just kind of lessons learned like we did when we died at level 33. Wonderful says, do you have problems with, or did you have problems with Harvey? Wonderful, where is Harvey? Or who is he, should I say? That one doesn't, it sounds kind of familiar, but I think that's just because I know a person named Harvey. Jennifer says, that escort is done as soon as you kill the named mob on the pier. Oh, okay, thank you, Jennifer. That's good to know. I think what I'm going to do with my Warlock is level in, you know, work my way out of Qyune, but see if I can make my way over here. Just because this is where I'm more familiar with questing, more so than anything else. Let me grab this book. And we'll go ahead and shoot this guy here. And then I think this guy actually hits kind of hard. So we'll blow him up. I say that and Sam did just fine actually. So let's go ahead and head out of here and kill the nade mob. God, Cyber says Hurricane Harvey. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, nope. Did I have a problem? No, actually, we're gonna get some residual rain from Harvey, but nothing like what the people in Texas are facing at the moment. And I think is it back in the Gulf now? I have to look at that. Sir Block's a lot. Nice. Welcome to the stream, by the way. We are level 18. We're about halfway through. But yeah, for those of you in Texas, heart goes out to you. I hope everything's going as good as it can get. I've heard a couple instances where a lot of the reporters are catching flack for interviewing people, and especially children who are in shelters and whatnot, and asking them, just asking them questions that shouldn't be asked, like how did you feel when you had to leave your dog behind or something like that. It's just so hopefully people can generate a little bit more sympathy for those who've lost their homes and possibly even their pets. Jennifer says, if your lock is Worgen, you'll end up in Dark Shore naturally. Oh, really? Oh, okay, nice. I did not know that. I leveled one. I think I have one Worgen, and I leveled them up to like 12 or 13 when they first came out, and then didn't touch it since. And then when the Legion invasions were in Azeroth, I pulled them back out and did the Legion invasion events for them. So my skill set with a Warlock is going to be really low. Plus, I have no clue of how to actually quickly get through that area. So we'll just kind of take that in stride. But I think it's fine. Like I said, for the most part, I think anything below level 20 is mostly okay from what I've seen. Hey, it says, Baby Aggro makes the Ironman challenge that much harder. Yeah, I can imagine. Especially when you have to immediately just drop what you're doing, get up and go, address real life. So, that would make that much more difficult. Hats off to you there. So, 6 months old. Is it a boy or girl? Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and head in this direction. I think we want to go over here. Looks like the easiest path going this way, maybe. Maybe. I could be wrong, actually. Now, a lot of what I'm doing as far as like just aimlessly killing some of these guys is that the cloth in these early levels sell for a decent amount of gold. Like I said earlier, we were able to sell the swiftness potion over the weekend, and that gave us enough gold to get our bags and whatnot. I didn't get a chance to buy any goblin gliders just because those are going for 20 gold a piece on Blackwater Raiders, so we'll hopefully wait till they drop down a bit and pick up some. The biggest benefit for the goblin gliders is having them available in Azeroth, but at 20 gold a piece, that's a little much for us, so we'll come back and hopefully kind of keep an eye on the auction house as much as possible. Let's go ahead and shoot this guy so he doesn't hit me the entire time. Zentric says, oh my god, I almost died to Stitches and Duskwood. Yeah, I think the Blood Elf leveling zone has two guys that are similar to Stitches that they have to watch out for. I don't know if they're still elite, but I heard the Blood Elf leveling zone can be pretty tough for a lot of people. Even so much as them just, once they make it level 5, going over to the Undead City and leveling from there. So, I suppose there is that option for the Horde side, but I heard Blood Elves are pretty difficult to level, especially in that 1 to 20. Jennifer says, I'm in Central Texas, and all we got was rain, along with some winds. It was mainly Houston area and surrounding suburbs. My boyfriend's mom lives on a boat in League City, and they had to stay with it. Really? Stay with friends and ended up helping out some of the folks in it. Wow. Good grief, man. Now, Jennifer, is Harvey back in the Gulf now? Is it strengthening up? What's kind of the forecast for that? Because I know the main danger with Harvey was that it's going to pretty much loop around in Texas, come back to the Gulf, strengthen up, but I wasn't aware if it's coming back right into Texas or if it's kind of heading toward the more east, I suppose. Sky says I'm back. Welcome back, Sky. We're talking about hurricanes, of all things. Alright, so with that we have 4 of those done. Go ahead and blow this up. And take care of this guy. And we just need 2 more buildings, which is good to go. Jared says, do you lose the challenge if you're killed by Horde or Alliance? Jared, yes sir. PvP, let me say it this way. Death of any sort, whether it's due to lag, PvP, stuff bugging out, your Warcraft crashing, any sort of death will fail you on the Ironman challenge. So let me go ahead and blow this up. Only says any death. Yep, there we go. Jennifer says, last I heard, the Hurricane Harvey was back in the Gulf again. Good grief. Let's go ahead and take care of these guys before we jump out. There we go. So we'll turn this quest in. Ravano says, what is the Ironman challenge? Well, good morning, Ravano. Welcome to the stream. Let me put that up while I kill this guy. Alright, so the rules are on your right and the challengers are on your left. Everything's linked into the description. Alright, speak with... Okay, so let's go ahead and start this up and send them in. We'll save this guy for last so that they kill these guys first. But the Ironman challenge is leveling from 1 to 110, using pretty much the worst gear in the game, such as your white items and gray items for armor as well as weapons. So for me, I'll kind of show that here. Let me loot this guy. I'll show that once I've put the rules down, but complete this. That is level 19. But the other rules include no dungeons, no battlegrounds, no pet battle leveling, no grouping with others at all, and go ahead and hop down here. No potions, no flasks, no elixirs, no XP boosting activity. So just your bare bones leveling 1 to 110 without any sort of assistance. So let me go ahead and take that away. But so we'll show our gear real quick. This is white piece, white piece, white piece, white piece, and then our level 16 bow. Sorry with that. This isn't too far of a distance, plus I want to stop over here and see if the rare's back up, so we'll just run it. Haza says, thanks for adding the add-ons. No problem, Haza. Glad I can help. That some of them aren't quite up to date, so if it starts, if you download it and it's buggy, that's kind of why not all of them are up to date with 7.3. H says, is that CGI library behind you, Qyune? No, that's all my books from when I was in college. I've kind of gone back to college, but for a lot of times for engineers, you kind of always need to go back to a textbook for one reason or another. It's less and less like that now because you have the internet, but I still needed it for my days, so that's kind of where they've been collecting their dust over the past couple years here. Ravano says, oh, funny challenge. Yeah, supposedly, by according to a couple people, it's the hardest challenge in the game. So, I think the pacifist challenge would be pretty difficult in my opinion, but the Ironman challenge is fairly difficult. And to kind of give you an idea of how difficult, there's been only 20 people who've made it to 110 since Legion's started. There's been a lot of attempts. I think they have a statistics page. I haven't had a chance to really delve into the numbers too much yet, but you know, there's been thousands of challengers and only 20 have made it to 110 at the moment. I don't think there's a warrior yet still. Ravana says, oh no, Jadam says, what level are you? Welcome, Jadam. Good morning. We are level 19. And it looks like we're about 25% into it. So, like I said, we're just working our way over here to see if this rares up. Just so it's a quest worth of XP, as well as a chance to get a BOE item. So, it is worth it to kind of hunt those out where you can. Also, I know I'm breaking my own rule here, but I try not to open my bags if I'm not vendoring something, so it just minimizes the chance of you accidentally equipping a green item. So I should stop opening that thing, but sometimes when you play on your main, you kind of break all the habits that you're supposed to keep. Let's see, it says 7.3 is live. Yes, it is. But the unfortunate thing right now is that a lot of the 7.3, or a lot of the add-ons aren't quite caught up. So we're just doing a check here for any sort of a rare. It may be a little too soon to come back and kill it again, but he does have a wide patrol path. Yeah, I don't think he's respawned, so okay. No problem. We'll go ahead and save our Hearthstone, actually. It's a short run. We'll make it. Yeah, it's a short run. Progressor says, is your NPC scan working and showing on your maps? Mine is, yes. So I have that popped up, and it shows on the mini-map as well. So mine's showing, my NPC scan's working. I have gotten a couple bugs from Z-Pearl, and then Bagnon is just not working at all. So that's too bad. I was hoping he'd pop up. We're probably 2 or 3 minutes away from him popping up, but it's not something worth waiting that long for. And I'm trying to reserve using the Hearthstone just because I think we're going to need it here in the future, near future. Only says top warrior is 109 and still alive. Should only be a matter of time. Is it really? Okay. Yeah, I was yeah, so there's our Z-Pro add-on, bugging out a little bit. If it gets too bad, we'll take it down, but I think it's just a different type of mob. You know, the one that's aggressive and then the one that's neutral is bugging it out, so we don't really need to kill these guys because they're not generating XP anyway. Yeah, and the ones that they're saying are dead have a different amount of health going on, so yeah, it's a little bugged out at the moment. Chris says, oh, I see, that's it. Yeah, like I said, NPC scan is one of the few that's still working for me at the moment. I think DBM updated yesterday and a couple others, but like I said, Bagnon and the rest still have a ways to go. Damien says, evening, not playing the new patch. Damien, good morning. No, we'll probably save the new patch content for our afternoon streams, but I'm going to try to keep the mornings as much as possible with the Ironman challenge, just because I think we've developed a habit in doing that, and I don't want to throw everyone off just abruptly switching content, especially with the Warlock race coming up in September. So mornings will stay Iron Man, and then afternoons we'll do stuff in-game content with I think I'd like to do it with viewers, to be honest, whether that's the time dungeon runs or whatever else we do. So let me go ahead and sell stuff while we're here. Use this guy. That's soulbound, as well as everything else I have, I believe. We don't need that. So we'll go ahead and we should be good to go. I am going to go ahead and buy, if I can, level 25 food, because I think we're starting to get about that time where we could use all the help we could get if there is level 25 food. There's not. I'll buy just 2. There's really no reason to stock up on this. And then we'll head down south now. All the while killing every rare we can come across. Let's see. Jared says Argus only takes like 3 hours to do everything, so everything you can do. Z-Pro is buggy as hell right now. Yeah, it is. And hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to sit down and have a chance to go through the Argus content. Yeah, I think Z-Pro is saying all these are level 0 as well. So Progressive says if you need any Warlock tips, take a look at the YouTube channel Pyromancer. He mains a Warlock. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely do that. I think I'm going to go Destruction, but if I take a look at his stuff and he has something else going on, maybe we'll switch it up. But as of now, the plan is to go Destruction. I hope that's a good plan anyway. Damien says, so you don't feel like lining up for quests? I've come off a long crap day of work and just logged in. Might check the news zone out on the weekend. Yeah, no, haven't had the chance to do that, and I didn't want to just abruptly switch content in the morning, so we'll probably do that more so in the afternoon. And like I said, I don't think I want to have a chance to do it today, so maybe tomorrow afternoon. I hope. Waku, good morning. How are you doing? Welcome back. It says easy to fix. Bagnon just comment 2 lines in a single file. The problem is that Blizzard changed something with the sound. Yeah, that was exactly the issue I was having. Sound. Playing through LOS, and now the add-ons that use it don't work. For Bagnon, it's the sound it makes when you open and close the bag. Okay, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll go ahead and probably go in and fix it myself then, if that's the case. If I can. I've never gone in and messed with an add-on, so we'll see how that works out. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and kill these guys. Grab this quest. I think this quest is going to allow us to excuse me, kill the title guys over here. Yep. So we're going to need this quest icon, and we'll knock that out. Damon says my main is Warlock, always been Destro, but did it to prove but it didn't prove so well in Raid, so Affliction it is. Yeah, I heard Affliction is really strong, especially when it comes to AoE. Alright, so there we go. And I wonder if we could use it on this one that we already killed. H says you need a secretary. Yeah, it's a little busy, juggling all this and whatnot, but we'll get there. I think once it starts to work itself out and there's a little bit of commonality, you know, we'll be able to squeeze more content within less time. But for now, it's just a matter of getting used to it. The streaming environment to me is still quite new. We are right about 2 months old as the channel goes, but we're getting there. We are definitely getting there. Governor says, you said good morning, but I watched in the Netherlands, and now it's afternoon. Well, hello from the Netherlands. Or hello to the Netherlands from the United States. How's your day going, by the way, Ravano? Yeah, I think if I understand my times right, I think it's more or less afternoon in Europe, and then it's getting right around nighttime for Australia and New Zealand, which I think translates to that time in Japan as well. Rana says, my day is going good. Very nice. So we're doing pretty good ourselves over here. I'm going to trap that guy up. I was going to say I might miss him. And that trap probably wasn't even necessary. Zentra says, what level can I get some shoulders. I think the earliest shoulders I've seen is maybe 22-ish. So, ish means from 20 to 25, I think. Jordan says, hey Qyune, you should stream some Argus. Yeah, well, like I said, we'll probably do that here more so in the afternoons than in the mornings, just to kind of keep the content consistent. But yeah, that's definitely in the works. And I think our first afternoon stream may be Friday, just depending on how everyone's schedules line up and everything else like that, as well as my classwork. Trying to work ahead, that way I don't have to balance stuff as much as possible when it comes to class. But Charlie says 7 p.m. now in the Philippines. Well, I think you're the first person I've seen from the Philippines, so good morning, Charlie. How are you doing? Welcome. Thanks for being a part of this. Alright, so that should be... we need one more document over here. So with that... Alright, so this is the part where I think we need a hearth back, but we'll turn in the quest here, and then we'll kill these 2 rares, and then hearth back. I've killed enough of these rares on the Bloodthirsty Ironman challenge to know exactly where they should be, so it shouldn't take us too long. Jennifer says, time to go plant some rumors. Disappointment has been had. What is that in reference to, Jennifer? Is that Argus or is that real life? Let's go ahead and kill the cat over here. Actually, might go ahead and grind through here just so we get an off chance to get a little bit of cloth and some greens. Plus the XP is decent. I say decent. That's 37, but that is green. So. I have to remember to hit my shift key to open up all my bags now. But yeah, if Bagnon doesn't update in the next day or two, like I said, I'll probably do that myself. That way we can use that more effectively. Jordan says, I'm not personally still subscribed to the game, but I like watching streamers such as yourself. Well, thank you, Jordan. I appreciate that. And thank you to everyone else who's been a part of the 636 subscribers. So thank you guys very much for that. Let me see here. Like I've always said, it's a lot more fun to do this with everybody chiming in and vent. Progressive says, do you stream? Progressive says, if you stream Friday afternoon, I'll check it out at work again at night because I sleep in the afternoons. Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah. Like I said, that's going to be Warlock Race Day number 1. But I think just to kind of split up the content a little bit, have a little bit of diversity, should we say. Sorry, I completely lost my thought here. We'll go ahead and do Argus content and in-game content in the afternoons. Keithy says, sorry, it's been a while. Good morning, Keithy. Welcome back. How you been? Alright, so right about this time, sometimes chat gets a little bit away from me as far as me being able to keep up and respond to everyone. So if that is the case, don't be hesitant to ask the question again. Of course, without being spammy, but I do try to keep up with everyone as much as possible. But Keithy is your man if you're interested in placing quote-unquote bets or whatnot for the Ironman Challenger and the participants, as well as he's been kind enough to allow us to use Discord for, you know, the discussion and the announcement of if people are going to participate in the Warlock Ironman Challenge. I think the number somewhere in low teens as far as the actual number of participants, so anyone can join. Anyone can join at any time. We did want to keep that open as much as possible, so feel free to join in anytime. And if you do, go ahead and throw your character name as well as your real name in the Discord, and we'll keep track of it from there. Let's see. Hey, it said you should start a clan, what streamers call it. Q's Clues. Nice. Very nice. I think there's a rare over here somewhere. There he is. Or there she is, Lady Vespera. So we'll go ahead and grab the green item that she has. Centric says level 29 now, but I gotta get ready for work. Very nice. Congrats on 29 levels there, Zentric. And there is our Pioneer trousers. Alright, so with that, we have one more rare this way. We have to come back and kill these guys anyway. We're just kind of resetting the timer as far as the rares go before we hearth back to where is this? Lord of No. Only says the lowest plate shoulders is level 49, which makes sense, but Warrior Paladin can equip other shoulders until you get plate. Again, RNG is RNG. Yeah, and like I said, I think the lowest shoulders I've seen is maybe 22. So nice. Let's see if we can make it up the ramp this time. Mr. Vit, welcome back. Long time no see. How you been? Says, wait, what happened, Qyune? We died last week at level 77. Oops. I got one-shotted by a death bolt. So, next time we'll know. But I wanted to go ahead and get the hunter started once more at least. Have him on standby after the warlock race is over. And with that, let's go ahead and continue on this direction. Keith says, excuse me, I have 8 on the list, just need to know who else. So yeah, like I said, if you guys are interested in joining the Ironman race in September, Warlocks only, feel free to stop by Keithy's Discord, which is linked in the description. And I'll probably have this information more easily presentable throughout the course of the race, but as of now, that's just kind of my I got completely distracted by the rare again, but that's just kind of using the description as well as Keithy's Discord at the moment. There is a good bit of information there if you want, and then later today I'll probably drop some more useful links for everyone within that Discord, so feel free to stop by even if you're not participating, because there might be useful information for you. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and hearth back. That boy says you're my new go-to streamer. Well, thank you, that boy. I appreciate that. Good morning, by the way. We're almost level 20. I should have probably turned in a couple quests. You know what? I can do that here. We'll hit level 20, we'll go get our training real quick, and that will allow me to kind of go over new content for 7.3 for those who may be interested in what the next patch holds. Alright, so with that, pretty close. And then, oh, well shoot. Guess we're gonna have to go this direction here. Aid the refugees. Alright. So it looks like we're going to handle this the slower way, where we have to go run down this way, turn in a quest, and then come back and we'll grab our training. If for nothing else, the training is really useful just because you can pop up on the vendor mount and sell stuff whenever your bags are full. Asher says same, that boy. Thank you, Asher. Thank you, that boy. I appreciate that. Hopefully in the near future, I would say throughout the month of September, I am working out the schedules and the details, but I do want to start covering current content and just have a little bit more diversity on the channel, but at the core of it, I do want to keep it Ironman central, especially in the mornings. But we can talk about stuff that's 7.3 related, such as the Netherlight Crucible. It is a catch-up patch for your ults. So at this point in time, whenever you make it to 110, all 3 relic slots are available. And you can get BOA gear, which is bind on account, that is tradable to all of your ults. So for example, if you're leveling a warlock and you get a plate BOA item, you can send that item to your plate wearer, whether that's a DK or paladin, and then I think it can also proc as well, so there is that for you. But there's a good bit of other content in 7.3, so it's just a matter of me getting out there and exposing it. Ballard. If I'm saying that right, Ballard. Real warriors are clad in all leather from the beasts they kill. Nice. That's kind of funny. That's actually really funny. I don't know how to follow that up, other than saying, if we had professions, that would be pretty neat to be only able to craft the gear. But I think that would also be abused in the higher end, because you know, you can start crafting higher end gear as you level up, and which would make the challenge easier. But that is kind of funny. Only says again, lowest non-plate shoulder is level 15. Okay, gotcha. So actually level 15, but RNG is actually gives it to you again. Seabass, welcome to the stream and thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that. We are all about 5% away from level 20, and then that means maybe 10 minutes from getting our mount training. I think I'm going to do that sooner than later this time, because like I said, as we level, just the ability to have that that mount to sell stuff on is really nice. That boy says good morning. Good morning as well, or once again, should I say. Let's see, what do we need to do here? Go ahead and complete this. Grab these 2 quests. I think, is there anything nearby? Yeah, okay. So we'll go knock out these wind guys over here. Keithy says, I'm trying to sort out the Keithy bot 1980 to do so. Links on your Twitch. Okay, I got you. Yeah, and like I said, Keithy, I'll throw in some links in Discord later today. That way it's just kind of easy for everyone to have access to all the information they need. Being the rules, the quest template, and just kind of the outline of the race itself. Palv says crap. What's going on, Palv? What's wrong? Let me go ahead and put the bracers up here. That way we can just kind of have those keybound, and then we'll grab this quest as well. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the race in September. It's kind of a catch-22 with the race, because the faster you go, or the faster you try to go, the more dangerous it becomes. So that is level 20. We'll grab that quest, close that, and you know what? Yeah, let's just head back. I think that's probably maybe the more efficient thing to do. We'll head back, because otherwise we're going to have to wait 30 minutes before we can use our Hearthstone again. And then we may not be in a position where we can use it quickly, so let's just head back now and grab that training real quick. I think it's, in the long run, I think that's going to save the most amount of time, so we'll go this direction over here. Mr. Vitt says, I got a level 110 Warlock, probably doing... Oh, Ravano, thank you for the subscription, and welcome once again. Glad to have you on board. From the Netherlands, right? But Mr. Vitt says, I got a level Warlock 110, probably going to complete, and then going to continue my 101 Demon Hunter. Nice. Yeah, I'm kind of glad I'm done with leveling my alts. At this point in time, I can focus on the Ironman challenge without too much worry of fatigue. Yeah, he's not up yet, which is fine. That'll give us a chance to kill him again when he... I hope this is a ramp over here. This one, okay. But the spawn timers for these mobs, generally speaking, it's not for all of them, but generally speaking, it's probably around 10 to 15 minutes. So That's just a good way to, like I said, farm the BOEs and a little bit of the XP as well. I think we're leveling faster than normal just because of the amount of rares we've killed, but at the end of the day what's going to happen is we're going to end up being between 24 and 26 as we go into Stone Talon Mountains or the end of Ashenvale, and it'll kind of work itself out numerically anyway. Ravano says, I just only watched the stream and you already have the... you're already the best. Well, thank you, Ravano. I appreciate that. That's very kind. Hopefully, I can, like I said, in the near future, we're going to try out the afternoon streams in September. But I'll have September's schedule as far as when we're going to stream, probably September 1st, to be honest. I need to work out the schedule now, and I kind of correlate my streaming availability with those in the house, as well as sorry, I'm getting completely distracted once again, with those in the house as well as my school schedule. So I just want to make sure everyone kind of knows when we're going to be here, when we're meeting up and whatnot. Keithy says 2 days away. Yep, like I said, I'm getting more and more excited about it every day. And Keith says you missed me as well. Nice. That boy says, I got to go. I'll see you later. Alright, that boy, thank you for stopping by. And you have a good rest of the day. And we're going to make our way over here. And once we start flying, usually when we're flying or we're doing some more monotonous content like we're doing right now, I'll put up the rules. Everything's in the description as far as your links for the Ironman Challenge rules and links to the other YouTubers who are doing the Ironman Challenge. So there is that. Keithy is leading the way at level 70. Dalaran Gaming. I think Dalaran kind of streams the content and then he turns around and makes a more condensed video of it. So if you're into watching a more condensed version of the Ironman Challenge, he has a good channel to watch. Similarly, Chapeau has a level 39 hunter where he actually goes through and he reads each of the quests. So if you're interested in the lore and kind of following someone reading the quest, that's good content as well. Let's see. Let's go ahead and fly here. Let's see, Progressive and well, Progressive has been on the hunter side. I think Progressive is coming on to the Alliance side this time, and it's going to level another Warlock. I don't know if he's going to participate in the race or not, but he is going to level another Warlock. He just died at level 12 due to a bug in the game. And then we have our newest challenger, Zero Sin, a level 17 Paladin. So there is that if you guys want to check out that channel. It seems like we're getting a bit of a wider diversity of classes people are playing, so that's kind of nice. Neil says, good morning. Morning, Neil. How are you doing? Welcome back. Keith says, oh, King, you know, Amazon donated £1,000 to the cause. Did they really? That's awesome. So, yeah, that's probably something I should mention now. So the whole September race, the whole point of it is to have a fundraiser for Friends for Impact, which is a group that researches brain tumors in children. So we're just trying to bring up a little bit more awareness, and then within that awareness, some people may donate to that cause to help them do more research in development as far as, you know, tumors in children, so or brain tumors in children. So that's what this is kind of all about. I'm going to turn off my invis on Sam. So with that, I'll pull the rules and stuff back down here in about a minute, just so we can have them up for when we're flying back. And there we go. So we are back in business. I'm going to switch out that. We didn't even actually use that. And mounts here. Stripe. If there's anything a hunter has to do, they have to make sure your mount, pet, and your battle pet all match. So there you go. OCD and fully active mode here. Keith says, no, progressive died. Yeah, it was kind of weird, Keithy. I think, like I said, the mob just turned invis or sunk through the floor or something, and ended up killing him. Alright, so with that, we're going to fly back to Lordinal and take off from there. So if you need to see the rules again, feel free to ask, but I want to take them down just so that it gives the screen's not as crushed. See, H says, why don't you join clan for the Hasty Hearth? Honestly, H, that's the first I've heard of that. What is Hasty Hearth? Keith says, I'm going to stream more tonight. Keithy, is that with regards to the Hunter? Is that what you're streaming tonight? And Mr. Fitz says, I've got school tomorrow and it will be my last year, then I'm off to college. I live in the UK, so year 11, you have to do these exams called CGSEs. Rin, thank you for the subscription. Good morning and welcome to the stream. How's your morning going, by the way? But as far as the CSGs, yeah, Mr. Vitt, I heard those are pretty tough. I think either you or someone else was mentioning them maybe a week or so ago. And those just kind of give you an idea of what you would be interested in as a career, right? Is that kind of the point of that test? Jennifer says, a warning for anyone playing Tomb of Sargeras. The maiden fight seems to be bugged. The bombs are disappearing before exploding, so jumping as you would is supposed to be, or is becoming suicide. So there's a public service announcement right there. If you're doing Tomb of Sargeras, it looks like the maiden fight is bugged a bit, so heads up for that. Thank you, Jennifer. And Progressor says that Keithy, that's all I know. That's how to die. Well, in all fairness, I've died 5 times, so I guess that's what I know pretty well as well, Progressive. Asher says, that has to be my favorite racial mount. Oh, speaking of mounts, I guess we should use it, huh? So with that, we're going to take off, and hopefully the tigers are the rare spawn has popped up again. I know the rare Naga has a long timer, maybe 30 minutes, so there's no benefit in going back over there. Vice says, what happened to Progressive sort of happened to Asmon and his own. Yes. Because I think Asmon stepped on the alligators in Oldham. And they just, I don't think he realized what was going on or why his health was dropping. So that was really unfortunate for him. Keithy says, yep, Hunter tonight. So there you go. If you guys are interested in more Ironman Challenge, Keithy will be streaming some tonight. And we're just kind of grinding through these guys for the sake of doing so. Just because I want to get to the rare over there, and then we'll pick back up with the questing. But like I said, if you come to a stage in your Ironman Challenge where you feel that you need to grind a little bit and just kind of kill a set of mobs until you level or whatever, try to pick humanoid type more so than anything else, just because those guys tend to drop your BOEs more often, as well as cloth, which can potentially both sell very well in the auction house, and just gives you a little bit more gold to work with as far as training, mount training, and you know, getting larger bags and whatnot. Keith says the heirloom mount is allowed. Yes, it is. You can use the heirloom mount, so there is that option for you. I haven't done it just for the sake of immersion, but as well as the noisiness. But what I'll probably do is just turn my sound off those first 20 levels, and then from there we'll hop up on the other mount. I heard the lowest playtime to level 60 is kind of hard to do outside of using that chauffeur mount, so we'll probably force ourselves into using that. I'll just have to turn my sound down. Alright, so that's one more item there, so we're back into questing mode over here. H says, pretty sure it cuts the Hearthstone down unless I'm just really tired and stuck in the past. Oh, H, so if you join a guild, you can, oh, okay, so that's what you're saying as far as clan. Yes, you are correct. If you join a guild, it cuts your Hearthstone time in half, so from 30 minutes to 15 minutes. usually I find in-game chat kind of distracting, so sometimes I'll play with it off, or I think I'd find a guild more distracting than anything else, so that's kind of why I haven't joined one, if that makes any sense. Jennifer says, it has caused me to die yesterday while running. Oh, okay. The maiden fight, right? Alright, I'm way behind chat. Wait, let me go ahead and do that real quick. Keithy says, or Progress says, as of right now, I work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Monday, and wouldn't have time. I gotcha. Well, like I said, it's 100% up to you. No pressure there, Progressive. But the design of the race is such that it allows people to join at any time of the month. So if you are interested in joining the race and you can't start on September 1st, you're really not at too much of a disadvantage, to be honest. I think the faster you go, the higher the risk is of you dying, and that's kind of why there's two aspects of the race. One's the lowest amount of playtime, and then the other one is did I not kill that guy I was supposed to kill over there? No, I did. Okay. I was confused there for a second. Keith says, starting around 8 p.m., which is about 3 p.m. for me, I believe. I think that's right. I think. And then Andrea says, and the new toys that grants additional fight pass would make it easier access leveling new zones. In my opinion, it kind of does, but at the same time, you know, it's the same argument as whether or not you can use the chauffeur mount. Is if you've put in the work on your mains and you've purchased that item, as of now, all toys are allowable. So if you wanted to use that item, you are definitely more than welcome to do so, as the rules stand at the moment. Alright, so we have more than enough bracers here. So just go ahead and use these real quick. Keith says everyone will get a... Yeah, so I guess that's the biggest thing is when you hit 60 during the race, just kind of remember to do a slash playtime. Maybe take a screenshot, throw it up on Discord, and I guess we'll just take it from there. I'm going to leave that part of the challenge to Keithy, just because he's handling the bets and all that other stuff. Mr. Vitt says, what do you think of North Korea launching that missile? Honestly, honestly, I think it's going to end up being really sad, because a lot of innocent people, as with all, you know, conflict between countries, it's the innocent people that suffer the most. You have one man just firing rockets with a bunch of countries giving them ample warning, and you know, when you fire a rocket across another country's landmass, you kind of have to ask yourself, what are you doing? I guess there's two ways to think about it when it comes to North Korea and how to respond to them. Is that, you know, do you want it to continue to ignore the guy, and then in hopes that, you know, if you don't provoke him any further, he kind of settles down and is quiet on his own? Or, you know, if, you know, what happens if he doesn't settle down? Ooh. That's odd. Alright, so we'll just kind of be careful with that guy. And I think I was supposed to kill him, actually. Whoops. What's going to happen is if I jump down, Sam's going to run all the way around the other side. But yeah, going back to North Korea, I think now there's efforts between the US and Japan to block oil coming to the country. So, I don't know. There's part of me thinks that's provoking them just a little bit more. You know, really, generally speaking, I think the only thing that's going to happen is that it's going just to make the people of North Korea suffer more so, because Kim Jong-un is just going to do what he wants anyway. Alright, so we need to knock out these two before we take the escort quest. Let me do that. But at the same time, you know, you can't have countries firing rockets over each other with no sort of response. So I don't know, it's a hard decision, so we'll see how it pans out. But hopefully the embargo, or whatever you want to call it, the blockade for oil going into North Korea doesn't generate a more aggressive response from North Korea. Because like I said, it looks like those guys are, you know, they have their one nuke now and they can fire it anywhere, and they're not going to cripple any country they hit with it. All they're going to do is kill a bunch of civilians, which is generally just the worst of all scenarios. Mr. Vitt says Kim Jong-un will need to be taken care of or he won't stop. Yeah, and like I said, I think I came in here, killed this guy, and didn't do this, so whoops. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and turn in this quest over here. Let's see, H says I'm going to do an Ironman DK. H, yeah, just be careful. I think you have to do it, I want to say, without any gear, and I've heard that's actually really challenging, to be honest. So heads up for that, just so you know. Zenith says, do you talk to any viewers on stream? Yeah, Zenith. So it sounds like you're relatively new, so welcome to the stream, by the way. I try to, as much as possible, engage with everyone. Sometimes chat gets going a little bit faster than I'm able to keep up with, but if that happens, do feel free to ask the question or make the comment once again, and I'll try to see it. All, of course, without being too spammy. Mr. Vitt says, hopefully Russia will help America because the North Korea is absolutely screwed. Yeah, hopefully so. And we'll see how it plays itself out. Hopefully, you know, you can kind of cut the head off the snake, if that makes any sense. That does open a door as far as what could happen next, you know, who takes over, and if the following regime is just as bad, if not worse, than the previous. So in all fairness, he hasn't killed anyone, and he hasn't done anything, I say kill anyone, hasn't killed anyone outside of his country. So I think, you know, as long as it's kind of with that, everybody's just kind of taking a hands-off approach when it comes to North Korea. But like I said, when you're firing missiles over other people's countries, yeah, something's got to be done. You can't just not do anything. So this guy should be coming down here pretty soon. Lord Troll says, oh, let me let this guy land first. Oh, Lord Troll says, that's what we all hope for, Mr. Vitt. How's everyone doing? Good morning, Lord Troll. How's your morning going? We're doing pretty well. We are about a quarter of the way into level 20, so we're doing pretty well, actually. How about yourself? Zenith means, I mean, voice-wise. I'm not sure, Zenith. Are you talking about, like, say, in chat or something? Because we haven't done that quite yet. It might become more available as we do afternoon content, but generally what I've seen when it comes to people who speak in, say, Discord or any other voice software is that a lot of the focus is only those who are in that voice chat. So whether or not I do that here in the coming weeks or so, I'm not 100% sure, unless, you know, the group needs it, like, say, for example, in a raid or something like that. But it's not something I won't do. I'll put it that way. It is definitely a possibility, but I don't want to overuse it, because, like I said, a lot of times when you're focusing on talking to people in chat, on a voice chat, you tend to not pay attention to what's going on your normal chat. So That is kind of important to me, with just kind of keeping up with everyone, if that makes any sense. So she's going to run over here and then back this way. We could probably do the previous quest alongside this one, but she does move kind of fast, so I typically knock out the whole 2 or 3 quests over here before accepting the escort. Zero Sins says, I've been stationed in Korea a couple times, and I can tell you that the media always blows what's going on over there out of proportions. Yeah, you know, that's a good point, Zero, is that a lot of times it's interesting when, you know, you watch the American news outlets, is that, you know, you kind of get a whole completely different perspective, because when you talk to, you know, when I've seen interviews with South Koreans, it's kind of like, you know, a hum-ho kind of approach, that, you know, this is something that they've always done. North Korea has always been shooting missiles in the ocean. Now, shooting one over another country, I don't know if they've done that and before. I might be wrong, but I think that's where they're getting a lot of their flack from right now. Lord says, pretty good, thanks. I'm just waking up. New to the channel. Are you just leveling? Well, welcome to the channel, Lord. Glad to have you. So yeah, for September, oops, let's try to catch up with this one. For September and every day up to this point, the Ironman challenge is what we do in the morning, and it's pretty much all we've done. But like I said, we're going to start getting to a point in time where we can, trying to figure out what this quest is. Okay, they're the same thing. In the afternoons, we'll probably do more content, if that makes any sense. But as of now, I just want to keep the morning streams Ironman Central as much as possible, just because it takes a lot of time. Watching people do it once a week, it just makes it a very slow progression. Plus, this gives me a good chance to learn more about everyone and the game and whatnot. I think I've learned more from you guys than I've generated in return, so I'm definitely appreciative of that. Let's go ahead and turn in all of this, if that makes any sense, Lord Troll. Lord Troll says, how do you make gold, if you don't mind me asking? With regards to the Ironman challenge, oh, I think this rare is going to probably have popped back up. This one and the cat kind of have a quick respawn timer, so we'll take a look at them real quick. Yeah, we'll come back to that quest. Excuse me. As far as making gold, for the Ironman challenge, the general idea is you can make as much gold as you want, but it all has to be generated from your character. So for example, this is why one of the primary reasons why I'm killing rares so aggressively, especially in the early levels, is that the BOEs that you get, like the simple bridges here, you can throw those up on the auction house, and depending on your server, they can sell for quite a bit or not much at all, to be honest. But the point is just to get a little bit of gold. That way you can buy bigger bags, bigger training and whatnot. So your primary source of gold is going to come from your BOEs that drop. So alright, wait a minute. We have a little bit going on in chat here. H. No more politics, please. I came here for a break the world. Andreas says, let's see, how do you make gold? Alright guys, let's let's go over quick rules. So with the discussions, you know, we have an environment here where we have people all around the world. So my approach is we can talk about stuff that's not too polarizing as much as possible, as long as we have the idea that we express our opinions and express ideas and whatnot, and what our thoughts are, without critiquing the other person and without name calling and whatnot. So this is going to be a mature chat, in the sense that every once in a while, sure, politics will come up. I think it's the first time we've really talked about it in chat and on stream. So inevitably, you know, it is important to people, and it will come up. But if it does, you know, we'll take it in stride. I'm not against talking about stuff in political nature. Obviously, we'll keep it focused on Warcraft, just because this is the game. But like I said, we have people all around the world who participate in chat. But however, I think it's important that we discuss ideas, and we're able to just hear other people's opinion without slandering the person. As an engineer, ideas and the critique of them is very important to me. I think that's just something that gives people a capability to discuss things in the future, because you start to understand where both sides come from, or hear things that happen in the world that you wouldn't hear otherwise. So you know, we're not going to have a full-on debate or whatnot, but I don't think there's too much wrong in just discussing world events. So that's kind of my 2 cents. Now, what I am going to do is I am going to take a strict approach, and we're not going to slander each other in chat, especially on a personal basis. That's going to be a very strict rule. I think for those who need rules on how to be courteous, this probably isn't going to be the best channel for them. That's why I haven't really put up rules. Like I said, I want to keep this as mature as possible. So if we get to a point where we need to elaborate on that further, we can. But for this channel, I do like to kind of keep it mature in the sense that, you know, even if we discuss, say, Warcraft ideas, and we talk about the lore, and we talk about you know, what's going to happen in the future, you're gonna come across a bunch of different opinions, and I think it's important just to be able to hear the opinions and critique the ideas, as well as just listen sometimes, as opposed to just flat out saying someone's unintelligent or another person's an idiot for thinking this way. That won't be tolerated at all. So there is the kind of the standard or template to go by on the channel, if that makes any sense. Let's see, Mr. Vitt says, Hope says, hey Qyune, what is your real life profession, if you won't mind me asking? Oh, what's going on, Hope? You were on earlier today. Honestly, I am taking a break from work, taking a little bit of a gap in my career to go back to school. So, I am an engineer, but I wanted to go back to school and get a master's, just so that I have a little bit more of a well-rounded ability, and to further my career. If you know, I think that we'll see where the channel goes. It's something that's I want to keep, and we're going to keep going for at the very least 2 years. This is going to be something that's going to be around a while, because I've been unexpectedly surprised by how honestly great you guys have been as far as in chat and discussing ideas, and how fun it's been doing the Ironman challenge and other content. So I've enjoyed that quite a bit. Level 21, and I want to continue that in the future. However, the reason I'm going back to school is just to give myself a little bit more well-roundedness as far as my career goes, if that makes any sense. So right now we are just going to graduate school. Ashley says we can always talk about war politics, Warcraft politics. Absolutely. Like I said, a lot of stuff, for me personally, I've found that I've learned the most from discussing people that I disagree, or discussing topics with people that I disagree with the most. And it's not always opinion changing, but it all generally is always enlightening, in the sense that it gives you a different perspective. It gives you a sense of, okay, so that's where that person's come from. And at the end of the day, sometimes you can convince someone, sometimes you can be convinced yourself, or sometimes you just walk away with, you know, differing opinions. But I do think a lot of being able to discuss topics and discuss opinions is something to be valued, if that makes any sense. He says, Q's really a blacksmith. Yes, yeah, that's you discovered it. You found out what I am. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and kill this Freya just on the off chance that she'll pop back up in the near future, and we'll kill her a second time. But I think she has a relatively long timer. But yeah, in the future, I'll probably go over the chat and stuff again, just so that there's a better understanding over everything. But that's just a rough first draft speech as far as chat goes, and all that's involved with that. So let's go ahead and kill her real quick. Alright, so we have the soldier's gloves here. And he says, Mr. Vitt says, one good thing about is that ISIS or ISL is being pushed back to Syria, which is an upside. Yeah, as far as news coverage goes, at least, that has died down quite a bit. That front than it used to be. So I think everyone's attention is starting to shift to the other side of the world now. Zero says, I have to take two English courses in order to go for a promotion I want in the army, but I don't want to. Is it Zero? Is it more like grammar, or is it, you know, your what kind of English, I guess, is the focus on? Because I know there's, you know, for example, you could just have grammar, and then there's your professional writing, and then there's one or two other subjects of English in general. So let's see. We need to use this quest item on this many guys. Try to get out of that fire as quickly as possible. Alright, so we'll go ahead and absorb that one, as well as that one. Our health seems to be okay, so that's not something too much to worry about. Mr. Vitt says there also may be, honestly, that's news to me, Mr. Vitt. I'm not too much caught up on that. Excuse me. I know they've lost a couple high commanding ranks in general, and you know that kind of goes back to cutting off the head of the snake. Just if you have that and there's no real pattern to follow up, what do you want to call it? The lead of command. That's just the best way to dismantle a military. Trying to think here where my second quest. Oh, I think we're going to follow up to go up here. For some reason I was thinking we get them at the same time, but it's actually going to be a follow-up. Hoop says, how long are you streaming today? Hoop, today will be a 3-hour stream today. So that's looks like it's going to be another maybe hour and 30 minutes, hour and a half maybe. So hopefully we can work our way close to Stone Talon Mountains by the end of this. I hope. Alright, so that should be... Oh, I didn't even use the item on this, I don't think. There we go. So that's 8 of 8. We'll turn it in, and like I said, I think we have to kill these guys in some sort of pool. H says, standing in fire gives you a new buff. Yes, it does. I'm just glad that we're not doing this during Cataclysm, and Deathwing can come light up a whole zone and kill you instantly. Because that would have been pretty hard to deal with. Zero says, I don't know, just 6 hours of English are required. Nice. Yeah, like I said, I think you eventually get into your, I don't know how it goes for the military, but I know for you know, science majors, at one point you have to take some level of professional writing. Mr. Bit says, you watched the rest of Harry Potter yet, Qyune? No, not yet. I still have to watch the second half of the last episode. I think I've seen so many bits and pieces of it that I haven't really had a desire to, or not a desire, but a chance to sit down and watch it. Just because I have an idea of what's going to happen and how it all works out, but eventually I will. Zero says, are you doing 10 men this time? I thought I see you equip the green gloves. No, the green gloves went into our bag. So those are our gloves at the moment. But no, we're doing the Ironman challenge every time. There's no 10 man. I don't think the 10 man would be bad, but it's just not quite the challenge of not having to die. Let's see. Zian says, what are your PC specs? Honestly, I'm not 100% sure, because I got the computer a little while ago. I actually have to throw that in the description, because I know a lot of people do that. The ritual is complete. There we go. But, no, I'd have to look that up real quick. I want to say I have either the 1070 or 1080 video card, but from that point on, I'm not 100% sure. I do have the 16 gigs of RAM and the i7 processor, but that's about all I can recall right off the bat. For size, Dungeons and Raids. They want me to run through Dungeons and Raids in Suramar. Nice. Not looking forward to it, or you just rather be doing something else, Jennifer? Zero says, someone came into my stream the other day and said that doing the Ironman in current retail is pointless because it's so easy. Yeah, Zero, I've heard that a couple of times, and I think, you know, now that we have a spec, sure, it's easier, but it's still, from what most people are saying, the hardest challenge in the game. So, you just kind of take that statement with a grain of salt. Zero says, the fact that two-shot stuff in the beginning gear is kind of true. Yeah, Zero, it is. I do see that point in the argument. However, you know, that's only your early levels. I would say from level 20 forward, it starts to get a little bit harder, but then when you hit 40 is when you start getting into your more difficult content, and killing mobs, you know, one at a time is no big deal, but it's starting to, you know, when you get into your getting inside ships or going into a crypt or stuff like that is when it can start to get a little bit more nerve-wracking and dangerous. And you really don't get the danger of that until later in the series, or later in the leveling process, should I say. Asher says, that's the beauty of WoW, you can play it on a potato. Yeah, it is. That is a nice thing. I think I need to go this way, actually. The downside for streaming, though, is you have to have at least a decent level of internet connection. So, I've heard a lot of people say not to mess with it too much unless you can get about 4 gig upload. It's kind of, I guess, up to what you're streaming. Excuse me. Because I'm not sure how that you know, is relative to your different level of graphics, of course. Oops. Alright, so that's a little buggy. We're still in combat, so I'm going to run out of combat range here. And then we'll have to come back and fight him again. Let's see, Jennifer says, I can't do it by myself, and I don't trust tanks that are not my friend. For the, oh, I see what you're saying, the dungeon raids of Suramar. What about, plugging it? I guess if you don't trust them, that is, something to work out. Oops. So this is bugging out just a little bit. I'm gonna kill it before it goes back into its bugged location there. and then we'll knock out these two guys. So previously this cave hasn't been too big of an issue for us. We just kind of go in guns blazing, blow everything up real quick. It's one of the earlier quests. I think we go into two or three caves before this, but this one doesn't seem to be too much of a challenge, just because the paths are pretty long and straight, so your ranged classes can have the advantage that they normally would have. But all that being said, we still want to plow through this as quickly as possible. Zero says, I'm sure it gets harder later. It does. And you know, the other thing is that on the Ironman challenge, of course, you can only use the highest quality item you can use is white. And as you start to level up, the frequency that you change your weapon drops a lot. So you kind of find yourself in a situation where you know, you haven't upgraded your weapon in, say, 30 levels or something like that. So you know, you have that to work with as well, which kind of impacts your day-to-day, you know, normal mobs that you kill, but more so especially the named mobs that you have to kill, because you can't just blast through them as quickly as you used to. Thereby, you do have to deal with their mechanics a lot of the time, or the fight mechanics, should I say. Mr. Vitt says, just completed all the chapters in Stormheim. Grats. Very nice. You doing it for the Pathfinder achievement, or have you gotten that already? Alright, so with that, we need to go down here and kill these guys until we catch up with that Guardian. Part of me would want to just run up to the ledge and shoot it right there, but you know, when it ran back, it would have pulled all these with it, and that would just been a trap for ourselves. So that is part of the Ironman challenge there, is just kind of taking it in stride as much as possible. Jennifer says, pug groups, we'll wait for him to come back. Pug groups tend to have issues with my damage numbers, even though I'm I level 908. It's one of the tanks, or the tank in the dungeon backs me. They can't kick me. I gotcha. I had a mage ask me in Mythic +3 yesterday why my damage numbers were so low. Of course, the mage then abandoned us after we ended up dying because of the healer thing. Yeah, you know, honestly, it's one of those things that you know, everybody has a different skill set, so it's kind of hard to go in, and I try not to say anything to anyone when their numbers are low, just because, you know, if it's not like they don't know they're low, if that makes any sense. So maybe when we start doing in Mythic Plus content, we can pull you along and get you some gear, at least get you a chest on Tuesday. Mark says, what's the Ironman challenge? Good morning, Mark. Welcome to the stream. So the Ironman challenge is, the rules are on your right, the challengers are on your left, but the rules include leveling from 1 to 110 without dying a single time, and then doing so with pretty much the worst gear in the game, your white and gray quality items. We'll go ahead and jump up on this guy, and doing so completely alone, meaning there's no grouping whatsoever, whether it's just a normal group or a raid. There's no dungeons, pet battle leveling, as well as battlegrounds. You also cannot have any sort of not dungeons, but potions, flasks, or elixirs, as well as health stones, unless you're a warlock. And then I want to say that's about it. Oh, we can have specs. Since it is Legion, we have to have specs, but we good grief, can't shoot this guy. But we cannot use any sort of talent, so that's the major change going into Legion. For Lois says, hey Qyune. Well, good morning for the Lois. How are you doing? Welcome back. So I'll pull this back down. So Mark, if that answers your question, let me know. I tried to make that as easy as possible. are as condensed as possible. The rules and the other YouTube challengers are all linked in the description, so feel free to check those out if you're interested. But yeah, in a nutshell, it's just leveling to 1 to 110. Oops, let's go ahead and do that. We'll go ahead and kill these guys here. We need one more. Jennifer says, that's the trick, Qyune. My damage numbers tend to be some of the highest in dungeon raids I run. So yeah, really? Well, that's interesting. Let me land here. Alright. Go ahead and it looks like the dragon never takes any damage. I think this is just kind of one of those quests to introduce you into the mechanic of having some sort of avatar or mount that you're on. For Lois says, everything's good so far. Thank you for asking. Good to hear. Let me see. So for Lois, I know Tassie was joining us for the Ironman race. Are you doing so as well? I couldn't remember if you said you might or you were just kind of talking about something else. Alright, so with that, we have all this knocked out. We're going to go ahead and head back south here. Further south, should I say. And pick up these quests at the fight path. I have to say, I have seen some of the trailers for patch 7.3. I think I like Illidan. I kind of like his style of getting stuff done. Let's see if this rare has popped back up here recently. No. Okay. We're going to go ahead and take back off here and do a quick check, I think, for the rare that pops up over here. My add-on saying it should not have popped up yet, but I kind of know differently. I think I do anyway. Actually says, Qyune, have you heard of the guy who got to 110 just by picking herbs in Pandarian starting zone? Yeah, so actually I think that's Devil Agent, right? Where he's neutral the whole time. I want to say Blizzard has put in a mob that is mining on the island in honor of him. I think that's the case, but yeah, that's that is pretty neat to have made it that far as a neutral panda. I heard it was extremely time consuming, especially for Legion. Ravano says, I have to go. Alright, Ravano, you have a good rest of the day. I will hopefully see you this time tomorrow. Let's go ahead and take back off and go south here. And Forlo says, I was thinking about doing it too. I just have to have the setup. When does it begin again? It starts September 1st, and it goes all the way to the 30th. You don't have, for those who are interested, you don't have to start on the 1st. It's you can start at any time during the month, but it's just kind of that month. We're doing a Warlock race, and if you want to stream it, that's 100% okay. If you don't want to stream it and you just want to do it on your own, that is perfectly okay as well. But if you want me to keep track of you, just kind of go into the Discord that's linked in the description and put in what realm and the name of your character, and we'll just kind of have a daily update, the kind of the way we do YouTube Ironman challengers as we are now. Jennifer says, shuts mouth so hard as not to voice spoilers. Yeah, nope. I try to avoid spoilers as much as possible. It is the internet, you know, you're gonna have people that come in and blurt them out, but I'll try my best not to give away too many spoilers. But 7.3 is out, so this mount's a little too shiny for me right now. Let's go ahead and close this and keep on heading south, it looks like. Mr. Vitt says, Illidan is just badass because, or badass like Bolvar and Arthur. Yeah, hopefully he doesn't take the route, but, or Arthur's route anyway, but I do like his personality. I think it's pretty good there. I think my add-on is bugging out, so let me go ahead and reload real quick. My mini-map has the rare I killed following me around. So let's go ahead and get this all back under control. What's probably going to happen now is that my Z-Pro add-on is going to act up whenever I click on an aggressive mob and a neutral one, so that's probably how that's going to work. Yep, there's the neutral and there's the aggressive. Asher says, I like when they do things like that. Remember killing Swifty and Hansel and Asheron. Let's see. Asheron. Asher, as far as that goes, are you talking about like the streamers where people are trying to kill the streamers? Whoops, let's go ahead and fix that. We'll accept that as well. Yeah, I think Z-Pro just has a little bit more updates to have. Alright, so with that, we need to kill 6 bears and then talk with all these guys, so we can do that real quick. Pretty much killing all of the consumed thistle bears and turning around and investigating the lake as well, I believe. Ashley says, so I'm thinking of joining the race as my first ever Ironman challenge character. Does it have to be a warlock? Yeah, that's the only restriction, Asher, is that it does have to be a warlock just because it's a warlock race. But and it kind of puts everybody on the same level. But when it comes to the actual race itself, yeah, there's not too much restrictions outside of that, to be honest. Alright, so with that, where do we want to... Yeah, we'll go ahead and knock that out. So that's been investigated. We just need one more bear here. Dawn. Let me see if I remember. I think it's Trey, right? Dawn of the Gamers. Good morning. How you doing? Welcome back. Like I said, I think that was Trey. We did get some prospector boots there, so that'd be nice. And with that, let's where do we need to go? We'll turn this in real quick since it's right here. So sorry I haven't been here in a while. I was on training for a bit and then on a ferry. It's all good. Welcome back, by the way. How's your morning going? Nikki says, hi Qyune. Good morning, Nikki. How are you doing? How's work treating you? Alright, so with that, we're going to turn this into... There are 2 rares that spawn... No, 3 rares that spawn down here. Level 22. There we go. We need to find... It's the Seed of Earth, which is from this guy. So we'll grab that. But, Seed of the Sky? Yes. So we have to try to click a wisp as it's flying around. There we go. Try to get that guy. He's moving around kind of quick, but we'll see. And it's kind of high. See if we can catch him when he drops back down. There we go. And then we need to click the one near the sea. Asher says, basically Blizzard added PvP instance to in Willow's Draenor called Ashran, and the main boss of each team had to defeat the... Oh, okay, I gotcha. Yeah, I never actually did any sort of PvP in Warlords of Draenor, I believe. I think I did Ashran once or twice, but just didn't find it too incredibly interesting, so I didn't do too much more than that. Alright, so with that, we have the Seed of the... let's go ahead and kill this. We need to head toward the coast to grab the Seed of the Sea. A little bit of tongue twister there, but we'll go ahead and kill these guys and clear out this camp first. Just because I don't want to have to deal with him later. Let's see. Nikki says, work is good, just busy. Well, good to hear that. At least it's not going too rough for you. I'm going to put that right there. And I did not mean to shoot him. There we go. Does it look like it's going to be a long day for you, Nikki, or is it just kind of a normal day for the most part? Asher says, so the Alliance boss was John Swifty, and I guess the other one was Hansel. No, that would have been neat to be a part of, but like I said, I never did take part of that. So, let me see here. We need more bear paws. I'm surprised we don't have a quest to kill these guys. I thought we did, but maybe they drop a quest item and then we turn that in. Alright, so with that, there is also a rare that pops up within this camp, but sometimes he's here, sometimes he's not, which is kind of needless to say, but he's one of the few rares. Oh, there he is. He's one of the few rares that I haven't seen too awful frequently, to be honest, every time I've been out here. So I just think he has a decent respawn timer on him. I'm going to trap this guy, blow up the smaller one over here, and then we'll blow this up. Let's see. Don says, well, when I left you had 300 subs, I have 650. Yeah, close to 650. No, thank you guys for that, more so than anything else. Like I said, it makes it a lot more fun to do this with everybody participating, so thank you guys for that. Alright, so with that, we need to go ahead and grab how many more of these paws? We need 3 more. So I guess we'll just kind of keep plowing through the camp here. The only reason I feel like this quest sequence is off a little bit, just because we have to go back and kill a number of these guys just to have the essence pulled out of them. But this might be normal and I'm just forgetting it. Let's see. Asher says, also sorry for all the questions, but and such. But would a prot paladin be a good choice for when it comes to Ironman? Going to do a lock and paladin. Nice. Honestly, yeah, I've seen the prot paladin one-shot mobs before, so I think they have a decent survivability mechanic. And generally speaking, that's what gives the melee class, you know, all except a rogue maybe, a huge advantage is being able to do a tanking spec. So I've seen a couple people do the Ironman challenge as prot and just continuously pull 2 or 3 mobs at a time. It's a little bit more aggressive than I would go at it, but it is definitely doable and it's definitely a viable spec. So I think that's a good choice, to be honest. Let me go ahead and grind my way out of here. That way I don't kill too many more than I need. Because like I said, we're going to have to come back in here and kill quite a few of these guys. But yeah, you'll notice that I am also, oh, Spaw, thank you for the subscription and welcome to the stream. You'll notice that I'm still kind of one-shotting and two-shotting mobs. That's just going to be something that happens quite a bit and up until we get into the, I would say what, level 25 range and higher. Then it starts to kind of level itself out a little bit, but your 1 to 20, 1 to 25 is pretty easy, generally speaking. Unless, of course, you run into a bug or something like that, or you don't know a certain quest mechanic that would make things a lot difficult as well. Alright, so with this, let's go ahead and kill this guy, and then we'll take the item that he drops and use it on this shrine over here. I guess we're trying to get some sort of a blessing out of it, and then use that item to pull out the demon-like stuff from the furbolgs back there. So we're not quite done with those guys just yet. Alright, so with that, go ahead and take off here. AH says, what do you think about a Frost Mage? I think a Frost Mage has a lot of utility and CC capability in the later levels. I think maybe once it gets up to, I don't know, this is just a random guess, but let's say level 30. But I think it might be tough up until about that point, just because, you know, you still have to get your Frost Nova, your Sheep, your Frost Shield and stuff like that. So I think it might be actually a viable spec to go with. It's just going to be a little bit rough starting out. But I haven't played one myself, and I'm not in any way talented with the mage I have. But from what I've heard and from what I read about the mage, it should be a pretty viable spec as well as class. Let's go ahead and break this apart. So we need to break 8 braziers and cleanse 7 of these guys. So I don't think we're cleansing the ones that are gray. We are cleansing the ones that are white, I believe. I guess I could have used the item on them and checked it out, but I do need to put Sam on passive. The reason being is when we pull him out, Sam's going to go and attack the, if he's on assist, he's going to go attack the one that we started attacking initially. So what we do is we keep him on passive until we give him the kill command to kill the mob that we're looking at. So with that being said, we'll try to illustrate that. There we go. So with that, because otherwise, you know, you're fighting 2 mobs at once, but once you kill this thing, you don't need to fight the Furbolg anymore. So there's that. Neil says, sorry Qyune, you might have answered my question, but do you have how do you turn off the clicking sound when your spells come off cooldown? Can you remove that text, or can you remove that text also? Neil, I'm not sure what the clicking sound is that you're hearing. Like, are you having a are you hearing a clicking sound on your own, or it might be a little dangerous to do this here, so we'll do it one at a time. Because I'm not hearing any sort of clicking whenever my spells come off cooldown, so it may be an add-on that you have. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and release this guy. Probably should have, I was going to say, we probably could have used that item from a further distance away, but this isn't too bad. Alright, so with that, need 2 more Furbolgs cleansed, and then 1 more brazier. Yeah. So we'll head over here real quick. Give these guys the rest of the day off. Alright. I just need to remember to put Sam back on assist after this. Alright, so with that, everything's been healed up and cleared, so we'll just kind of kill the rest of these guys so we at least generate the XP. What's this? Okay, mom. Must be battle text. Maybe. Yeah, maybe so, Neil, because I'm not getting any sort of clicking noise on my end. It used to tell me, but this is in the middle of the screen. I also use LVUI, so that, yeah, that might be part of it as well. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and head over here to the side of the mountain. There is a quest over here where we have to escort this guy after we've, I guess, defeated the, not escort him, but protect him from a wave of Furbolgs. Asher says, could be an add-on such as Tell Me When. Yeah, that's very possible as well. And then Mr. Vitt says, do you think we'll see Sargeras in 7.3? At the moment, we haven't seen him in the new raids. It wouldn't surprise me, to be honest, Mr. Vitt. I know he's kind of have a significant role in some of the cutscenes now. So that wouldn't surprise me all too much. Let me see if I can. Where do I need to jump? Okay. We'll go this direction. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if we see Sargeras. I think Ian Hazzikostas, if I'm saying that right, he said that this would be our last major tier, and it's kind of interesting that he gave that, you know, specification as far as major raid. So it wouldn't surprise me if there's some sort of smaller raid where it's a segue into the next expansion, and we might see Sargeras in that. We'll put a trap. Those guys are trying to climb over the hill. Usually they run through this direction, so we'll just put one there just in case. But we have 2 or 3 waves of mobs, and then a named mob, and then we should have completed this and we'd be good to go. Mr. Vitt says, Void Lords. Yeah, like I said, it's the, what do I want to call it? The progression of the storylines advanced quite a bit, so I would not be surprised whatsoever if we start getting in a situation where we're seeing more Void Lords and you know, the things that are associated with that, including the old gods. I kind of like the old god content. A lot of it's just really unique to Warcraft, I think. So I do enjoy the old god storyline. Alright, so with that, they do give you quite a bit amount of time to kind of heal yourself up if you need it. We might be at a higher level necessary to do this quest, so there is that. We are starting to get into the upper bracket of what do you want to call it? The level for Darkshore. So with that, go ahead and mount up and take off again. Pepper says, is that WoW? Looks not like WoW. Pepper, welcome to the stream. Nope, this is Warcraft, and this is retail. And it's also the Ironman challenge, so we just try to level from 1 to 110 using only white and gray quality gear without dying a single time. So this is my 5th attempt at it. I would say we're getting better each time, but my best attempt was at level 85 the first time, and we just haven't been able to get back there since. I think we're in a good position to do so this time, though, to be honest. We're going to change the strategy and mindset going in Northrend and try to focus only on quests that are going to be safe for us. That way we can... it'll take longer, but like I said, it'll be a little bit safer. So I think we're going to try to switch up strategies within Northrend. Alright, so with that, we need to kill the demon within the cave, so we'll do that real quick. Just kind of kill everyone here before we start blazing our way through. I think I'm going to sail as much as possible, so let's go ahead and mount up here. That's the biggest benefit, I think, of being able to sail early, or sorry, not sail early, but have your mount training early. So with that, let's go ahead and trying to be careful not to sell anything that's BOE. Like that right there. And that is soulbound. That's soulbound as well. And so is that. Yeah, so as much as possible, try to avoid going into your bags and messing with gear until you're vendoring stuff or you're talking to a vendor. Just because you don't want to accidentally click on a green or blue quality item and equip it. Neil says, okay, found it. Oh, you did? Okay, good, Neil. Which add-on was it? So with that, let's go ahead and light this guy up. And I think we'll go this direction. That way we can kind of get straight into the cave as much as possible. I forgot we don't get silence until we're level 32, I believe. So with that, Neil said the add-on was Mike's battle scrolling attacks. Oh, nice. Did you have to undo the whole add-on, or was there an option just to turn that sound off? Alright, so we have our cloth set aside, I believe. Yeah, okay. The good thing about these fence posts is that you can kind of shoot through them. The bad thing is, so can they. So, two sides of the same coin, I suppose. Let's see. Neil says, nope, there was an option. It was driving me nuts. Well, at least you got it. And surprised a lot of the add-ons, as many as the add-ons, aren't working for 7.3. It's kind of normal, but at the same time it does happen. So we'll go ahead and take the more expensive of the two items, even though we can't use it. And that is putting us super close to 23, which at this point in time means we need to go get the Seed of the Sea that Sally does not sell by the seashore. And with that, let's go ahead and kill this rare on our way as well. Brandon says, you should do an Ironman death compilation. I probably will here pretty soon. I think I'll have quite a bit of deaths to look at when we do the Warlock race. That way we'll try to make it as comprehensive as possible. But yeah, Brandon, that is something that's definitely in the works. I think, like I said, we have, what, 4 or 5 deaths now, so there is going to be a series of short videos that include my Bloodthirsty Ironman challenge. It's just getting the content to be able to do it, and that is level 23. So that is in the works, but like I said, it's just making sure I have enough Bloodthirsty Ironman content to kind of skip all the boring parts and show you guys how that's progressing. But I think I am 26 on that. Aster says, how to ruin your day. Create an Ironman death compilation. That's kind of funny. Yeah, well, you know, I want to say it would normally bother me just because I'm kind of competitive like that. But honestly speaking, I just enjoy the Ironman challenge such that when we die, it's just kind of like, oh, that's a bummer. Let's get right back into it kind of a mentality. I knew the Ironman challenge was one of those things that it wasn't going to be successful the first attempt, but I didn't know it would be as hard as it's been to get back into Pandaria. So I just, like I said, I have to be a little bit more careful when coming to Northrend. We do have this guy who kind of patrols around. Yeah, Z-Pro is all over the place because I have this guy clicked on and it's Hermit the Crawler. So I have no idea. That's kind of funny though, Hermit the Crawler. So let's go ahead and kill this guy here. I think we'll work our way ahead, that way we don't keep aggroing him and he can just kind of work his way around the perimeter here at his own pace. Sometimes with the escort quests, not all the ranges are the same, but sometimes whenever you get in combat with them and you're too close, they'll actually try to join you in combat and end up slowing them down. And we don't want to get too far away from them either. He says, my daughter just woke up You're the first live stream experience. Nice. You said your daughter is 6 months, right? That's kind of neat. All right, we're still too close to the escort here. So has she has she gotten to where she's sleeping the whole night through, or is it kind of switching back and forth and doing I guess shifts and waking up with her? She says, Asher says set standards high. Yeah, so the as reference to the stream, I got you. Nice. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Hopefully here pretty soon we'll have a wider variety of content, but I don't know, I've enjoyed the Ironman challenge as it is, so we'll definitely keep the mornings kind of focused on Ironman challenge and talking all about Warcraft and all the different stuff that's coming out. I think this is going to be the last patch for Legion. I think he did say that, so as the storyline starts to develop, I'm sure we'll have more and more to talk about as we get closer to the next expansion. Follow this guy around. And he says 6 months old and she's judging you. Nice. That's funny. 6 months old, man. Alright, so with that, we need to kill 2 more warlocks and grab that item in the middle. So we'll let this guy complete his route. Hopefully he doesn't aggro these guys. Mr. Vet says, I love Darkshire. I hope the next expansion they do some creepy stuff with it. Yeah, you know, I think, you know, with the next expansion, it would be a good opportunity for them to go back and implement the scaling up zone technology that they used in Legion. One, I think that'd make the Ironman challenge much more difficult, but two, you know, you could kind of just not have to worry about leaving the zone in order to finish the quest storyline. You kind of prioritize the storyline more than you can right now, because like I said, when we finish Darkshore today, or maybe even tomorrow, we're going to be close to, say, 24 or 25, and at that point in time, we have to skip all of Ashenvale. So, you know, we miss all of that storyline and character development and everything else. So, maybe if they can implement technology where the zone scales with you, people don't have to make that decision of is it storyline versus XP gained. Plus, in listening to Ian, it seems like they're not quite satisfied with how quickly mobs die at the early levels, if that makes any sense. Alrighty, so we'll go ahead and take this guy out real quick, and we have the Raider's gloves. Perfect. Hopefully those sell well. We can slowly work our way up and getting the Goblin gliders that we're going to need. But with that, we'll turn these 2 quests in, and then survey these guys, or watch them, should I say. Let's see, A says she's sleeping good, luckily. Oh, okay, nice. So she kind of sleeps through the morning then. She says right. Yeah, I've kind of gotten a feel for how the bots and the spamming work out, so that was an easy find. All right, so with that, whoops. Go ahead and kill that, I suppose, since we accidentally shot him through the earth. And off we go. Which now at this point, I think we just need to use this item to find stuff, and then we'll collect it. There we go. So we need 5 of these items that will combine into one, and then we'll turn it in. Last time it wasn't 100%. Yeah, there we go. Starting to get junk items. That's going to be 3. Still at 3. Wow. Kind of densely packed here. Alright, so that's 5, I believe, right? Combine that, so that's done. And then we'll collect 5 pieces of wreckage, which looks like most of it's here. Creamy Toast. That's a funny name. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing, Creamy? Good morning, by the way. It is still morning, so I can say that. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and grab this one. I think there's one on shore, so we'll grab that as well. Pretty much just building the Warlock's a home outside of the excavation site, if I can say it. And we should be able to knock that out here in a second. Alright, so with that, we'll turn this in, and then, like I said, come back over here. I'll address more about the placement, but if you get your placement wrong when you drop this quest item, you can get stuck in the structure for however long it sticks around. Maybe up to 30 seconds. So let me show you what we're talking about here. So over here you have to drop this this building, and they want you to put it on the flag. But if you stand right up on the flag, you can get stuck in it. So we're going to try to stand over here as far away from it as possible. There we go. So kind of watch out for that. It's not a big deal. Like I said, it despawns after about 30 seconds, but let's see. Who says me speak? Chinese hero. Okay, this is a English-speaking channel, so if you can keep it in English as much as possible, I appreciate that. That way everybody can participate in chat and in the conversation at hand. It says, could you trade whites with another person? AH, no sir. As much, really, the safest thing to say is just no trades allowed. You don't want gold coming from anyone. You don't want someone sending you any sort of gear or giving you goblin gliders. Everything you want to do is let me go ahead and dismiss Sam, because he's messed this part up quite a few times. But no, generally speaking, no handouts. Everything kind of has to come from your character, if that makes any sense. So we'll see if we can just kind of get close enough to get the conversation started. Like I said, we are level 23. These guys are 19, so we could probably get closer if we really wanted to. Alright, so with that, we're done here, and I think we have to survey one more time. Not survey, but sneak in and watch their conversation. Rui? Ruia, I think is how I might say it. Let me know if I'm wrong. But thank you for the subscription and welcome to the stream. We are still in the AM, so good morning, by the way. Thank you guys very much for the wave of subscriptions and likes this morning. I appreciate that. So we're going to sneak our way around here and pretty much kill everything in our way, and then sneak by the rest. There we go. We could sneak by these guys, but we're gonna have to go by them anyway, so I might as well just get the XP out of it. And I could bring Sam out, but I'm just gonna have to dismiss him in a second anyway. Let's go ahead and sneak over here. Alright, so depending on your level, it's going to really depend on how close you can get to these guys. But like I said, we're probably a good 4 levels ahead or above them, so we can get relatively close and just make sure we're there to hear their conversation, and then we'll take off. Perfect. So at this point, we will summon Sam back, and we'll just get out the mount and ride back and turn in the quest. Crypto says, I'll try and speak English, but Kung Chao Chinese. Alrighty. Like I said, just try to keep it in English as much as possible. Now with that, I think we have 2 quests to turn in here, right? 3. 2 or 3. One of these might be for Ashenvale, which I would like to get to before we close today. I know at one point we have to go over there and knock out the small camp of Naga, as well as return here and kill the small little old demigod. It is relatively small, so I don't know if you can call that any sort of remnant of an old god. He says, I'll try my best. Well, I appreciate that, sir. Let's see. I don't think we need to use a Hearthstone for any reason to go up north. Like I said, we could go through and, you know, wipe out a wave of rares just for the sake of having BOE gear, but at this point in time, it's not all too beneficial to us, so I will probably skip that for the most part. But that is level 24. So we are officially on the home stretch of the quest series here. And I think... Life series. Okay, we need to test the rod on a bear that's not being consumed by the corruption. So I think that's... Consumed grizzly bear. There we go. Use the quest item on this one. And perfect. Asher says, alright, I'm officially in the race. Well, welcome, Asher. Thank you, sir. Oh, this is going to be fun. We're getting more and more people every day. It says Tyrion. I want to write that down just in case. So, Asher. Race. Tyrion and no more. So you're going gnome for the extra damage. That makes sense. I think I'm gonna do Worgen. I debated. That was pretty much my 2 debates, is between Worgen and gnome. So let's see where that goes. I bet you can't guess. I bet you I can. Which server are you running on? Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and turn this quest in. And then we will pretty much go on a scenic tour, dropping this little item here. I want to say... Where is it? Oh, no, it's part of the fight thing. Quest accept. Okay, there we go. Looks like there's a little bit of lag within game, but we should be alright. Pretty much dropping these wherever you see a moving mob. These quests, like I said, are kind of fun and far and few between. Just not have to sit there and grind on something. Using attack spells. I think I saw a cat over there. Yep. Try to get all the monarchs as possible. I think that's about as far as we're going to get for that leg. Let's see, Asher says, talking to Keithy about it now. The venture company. Nice. Like I said, welcome to the race. Glad to have you. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to this quite a bit, actually. Let's go ahead and take care of these cats. And then I think the bears are next. Once I land, I'll write down venture company. But it sounds like you said, you're talking to Keithy anyway. I always wanted to play on US, but ping is insane. Yeah, that's kind of someone has asked me if whether or not I'd make a EU account, and I might, you know, I very well might, but that's kind of what I'm afraid of, is if the ping's just going to be absolutely a nightmare to deal with. There's really only one way to find out, but as of now, we'll probably keep it on North America on my end, but we could probably do EU if it seems like it might be something feasible. Technology is only getting better, so. You said venture company Evan Rivera. Welcome to the stream, and thank you for the subscription. Good morning. How are you doing, by the way? Venture company. If I can spell it. There we go. Alright, so that's done. I think it just does its normal flight routine. There's really no way to tell it to hurry up. But Asher said, yeah, always want to play on US. Yeah, like I said, the hopefully as technology gets better, they can kind of merge EU and North America. It wouldn't surprise me first if they tried to combine all of North American servers. I don't know if that's feasible or a good idea, but I think they're going to go through another wave of merging servers once again. That's kind of the rumor I've heard. I don't know how true it is. Sion says, where's the Warlock? As of now, the Warlock is on Earthen Ring, I think. I might move him to replace one of my hunters, just so I can, if I die, I can just kind of use the gold and send it to a bank, and if I get enough gold, you know, use that to purchase a WoW token. Because what I've noticed is that in hopping servers, I probably have a good 40k gold spread across 5 servers. Brad TV, thank you for the subscription, and welcome to the stream. So I think I'm going to try to condense this down to one server, and just kind of decide which one I need to do to make it most effective. So we need to go into the lake, use the item, and complete that. Neil says, hey, I'm Aussie in the UK until December. Play on Frostmourne Oceanic. Oh, nice. Oceanic merges with, or can group up with North America. Excuse me. Just started, mate, and leave considering the Ironman challenge. Just not sure which class to play. Been a priest since day 1. Vanilla. Nice. Well, I think that's Neil. Hang on, let me, one screen's resolution is better than the other. Nail. Well, welcome to the stream. I don't know if you're aware, but we are doing a September race where we have all warlocks. So if you're interested in that, you can join us for the race. And that's pretty much all of September. There's 2 levels of competition. Project, thank you for the subscription as well. Welcome to the stream. There's 2 levels of competition. One's your lowest play time to level 60, and then the second is your highest level within the month. So you know that kind of just allows people who don't start on September 1st to have some level of competition. So there is that to consider. Let's see. Jake says, just subscribe. Gonna have your Ironman run on my second monitor as I work today. Well, thank you, Jake. Appreciate that. And thank you for the subscription as well. Like I said, thank you guys very much for the wave of subscriptions and likes today. I appreciate that. This makes the Ironman challenge all the more fun. Just going back and forth in chat and discussing things. Asher says, I used to play on there. I didn't engage in the RP, but I find it nice going on in war. Yeah, that's something I've never done as well as the RP. It seems like that would add a whole new level of addiction to the game. Just to have, you know, a secondary persona or character or whatnot that you can go to at the end of the day. But never done it myself. Now it says, has anyone tried a survival hunter? I've seen one guy, actually the same guy who did the survival hunter made it to 49 and then he accidentally equipped a quest item he had just purchased, not purchased but earned. And you know, equipping any sort of item above white quality will flag your account just as much as a death will. So even though he only had it on for like 3 or 5 seconds, he didn't kill a single mob with it on, it still flagged his account. So he had to delete the character. And he made a monk, but I haven't seen him come back since. So hopefully he'll come back. Let me go ahead and mount back up here. Jake says, RP can be super fun. It can't be as cringy. But on the right server and right group, it's fantastic. Yeah, I think that's the thing, is finding the RP group that best suits you. I've never been on an RP server outside of the Ironman challenge, so I've never really had that experience. But I can see where that would be extremely addicting. Extremely fun. Alright, so with that, we'll turn this in. And then I think he's going to have us turn right back around and turn it in. So with that, I want to do a quick check, see if the rare pop back up. Pirate says, hey man, I've actually tuned into your stream a few times now on my PS3. Oh wow, nice, thank you sir. The first one I caught was your struggle in the Notorious Crypt. My PS3 just doesn't have the account set up with it. Nice. Well, I appreciate that, project. Thank you, sir. And yes, that crypt, I think that's the last time we're going to mess with the crypt, to be honest. It's just a unnecessary risk, and from what it looked like, it didn't really progress the storyline all that much. So I think for this challenge, we'll probably skip it. Alright, so we have the green item there, the little bit of XP that it generated. And let's see. I'll take back off here and turn this quest in. But yeah, no, project. Like I said, I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. And now it says, is there more info on Lock Race up anywhere? Yeah, no. So if you join the Discord linked in the description, that's that Discord belongs to Keithy, and he, let's see, and he owns the happens to own the Discord. We're just going to try to keep it on one as much as possible. But yeah, if you join it there, there's a lot more information, and honestly, it's pretty much just the same rules. It's just for this race, everyone has a warlock. Like I said, there's 2 tiers of race here, and honestly, that's about it. I am going to put up some links on Discord today to help people as much as possible, because everybody has a different level of experience. So I'll put up a list of the dangerous quests, the Ironman challenge rules, and everything like that. So I'll knock that out at some point today. Just kind of give people who are wanting to participate some level of time to prepare or read or whatever it is you want to do. Alright, so with that, we have this quest here. We have to go right back over here, and then head back to the camp of Naga, I believe. But Jake says, this map mod looks awesome. I think I have a cough coming on. Maybe I should go to the first hack and wheeze. Now, as far as the map add-on, that is NPC scan as well as NPC overlay. That kind of just gives you a rough idea of where your rare spawns are. Most of it I have in memory. Every so often I'll find one that I didn't know existed, but It is a nice add-on to have. Asher says, well, Neil, the description, there's a link in Discord. Thank you for that, Asher. All information there as well. Asher says, sorry for posting the link. I didn't know that. Honestly, there's a lot of stuff I don't know when it comes to the stream still. I just learned here recently that there is that mechanism, Asher, where if you post, I think, a link, or if you post too frequently within 30 seconds, it gives you a timeout feature, which is kind of built into YouTube. So, yeah, there is that. But yeah, the Discord is in the description, by the way, for those who are interested. Project says, that's probably a good idea. The crypt looked like it was unnecessarily dangerous. It really is. Part of me was just wanting to do it to be a completionist and just to be able to say I did it, but we almost died the second time we attempted it, so it's just a dangerous, unnecessary quest, like he said. So this time, I think, you know, naturally it's going to take longer because the Warlock race is going to interrupt this particular Ironman challenge, but I think we're going to take it at a little bit slower pace when we get to, say, Outland as well as Northrend, just because we want to get to 85. That's the goal, is to at least get to 85 and then there progress to 110. But a lot of the deaths that I've had have come from just being unaware of the dangerous quests, as well as just a little bit careless. So we're going to slow it down and kind of talk our way through some of these quests. It says, let's see. Oh, it says, I'm blind and pregnant, so go easy on me. It took me a while to spot the link. No problem now. When are you due, by the way? Congrats at the same time. It says, cool, we have 2 family due now. Hopefully on November 12th. Greatest day of the year. Nice. So, Neil, if I'm understanding right, are you having is your family having twins, or is that what you're telling me? 2 in the family due in November, or is that just 2 members in your family? I sure says that, Neil. Get her into Warcraft early. Nice. I've known players who have started when they were, you know, 8 or 9 years old. So now it says my WoW cousin is due the 12th of November. Nice. And they'll be gamers. Hubby and I met in Warcraft. Well, nice. I think that's the second time I've heard of a couple meeting in Warcraft here, so that's pretty neat. Welcome to the stream, by the way. That's really neat to hear. Kind of those stories take place like that. You know, it says best day of the year. And then Project says, well, you did it. Anyhow, I'm going to go back to watching my PS3 so I can play while I watch. I just wanted to hop on and give you the sub. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. And thank you, everyone, for the wave of subs this morning as well. The wave of subs and the wave of likes. We've had quite a few, so thank you guys for that. Alright, so we need to kill 6 more of these guys. 6 more of these guys. And I think they're in this direction. So let's just do that. Hope says, don't mean to nag about it all the time, but I understandably Q missed my other 2 comments. Oh, sorry about that, Hope. Give me 1 second. I did miss them. Were they way back, or I'm not seeing them? Neil says, no, I have a niece and a cousin both due in November. Oh, okay. Well, nice. I don't have any family members on my side expecting anything too soon. It's kind of funny how that switches generations. Like my parents' generation, all their brothers and sisters kind of had gotten married early, say 17, 18, and then had kids immediately after, and then pretty much all of the children, you know, the cousins and whatnot from them, haven't had any kids yet. I think we we have one, but you know, that's including about 8 cousins, and it's just kind of different to see how that changes from one generation to the next. Let's see, slay the guy inside, so we need to keep going this direction. Jake says horde. Very nice. I played horde for probably 4 years, I think. I played horde for about 4 years. So I guess when you play as long as you have for both sides of the coin, it's about the same difference at the end of the day. It just comes to whatever, it comes down to the race for me. Like whichever class I pick is more closely associated with the race more so than the faction. Some kind of summoned them. Nice. So we got a bunch of horde players. Oh, let's see. Oh, I see what you're saying. Asher says the dislikes. 4 dislikes. Yeah, it's all good. It's all part of the territory. I don't get too bent out of shape over dislikes. The whole point of this channel is just to kind of have fun, play the game as much as possible. Oh, we didn't kill the guy. Whoops. And just focus on the game for now. That's my focus. Should I say, not telling anyone else where to focus on, but my focus is just gameplay. The likes, the dislikes, everything else will come in time. But there we go. Pick up the quest here. I think we did have a moment earlier in chat where we had a discussion of the rules in chat, so it might be stemming from that a little bit. Hope says it was just above the comment before you read. My friend, anyway, the comment was, are you allowed to play any spec in the Ironman challenge, or do you have to go with the one you started as? Hub, is it Hoob or Hub? 1 or 2? Hoob is 1, Hub is 2. I feel like an eye doctor. Honestly, it's any spec you want. You can change those interchangeably, just as long as you don't pick any talents, you're 100% okay with that. A lot of people, especially your melee classes, pick a more tanking kind of spec, just because the survivability is a lot better. The damage typically is a lot lower, but your survivability is better, so that's kind of their thought process in that. So, such as, they take for example the Warlock race, people will be Affliction, people will be Destruction, and then Demonology. So you can pick any sort of spec you wish. It just so happened that, you know, we get Beastmaster on the Hunter, and that's just kind of what I stick with. Neil says yes, that is correct. Asher says, I've played both, just prefer alliance buildings and zones. That's kind of my thought. When I started the game, Asher, I started as a Night Elf warrior and really just enjoyed the Night Elf architecture, the music, and everything else associated with it. So, you know, when the guys that got me into the game quit, I kind of went over to the Horde side and played over there a good bit, and learned that quest series. Will, thank you for the subscription, and welcome to the stream. Good morning again. So I've played, like I said, years on both sides, so it's the same difference to me. I don't get too caught up in the Horde versus Alliance theme, but it is fun to participate in from time to time. I think those who get most into it are the ones that haven't played the other side, or especially those who have a tattoo on themselves of one side or the other. So I think at that point you're kind of committed to one side. Nathan says, serious question. After 7.3 patch, when I start WoW, no visuals, nor terrain loads, just empty stages and Stormwind. Any thoughts in the community? So Nathan, probably the #1 thing you want to do is dismantle or disable all your add-ons. I think people are kind. Nicholas says Ironman. It isn't even hard. We'll come back to Nicholas. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Let's see. No, but going to the actual technical issue, Nathan. Yeah, try to disable all your add-ons first, because a lot of them are not up to date yet. Second option is to double check don't just go out and do this, but double check, and I think you maybe delete your WTF folder. That might help. And outside of that, that's all I can think of. Maybe update all your drivers and make sure that's you know, up to par or whatever. Alright, so it looks like that's interesting. Where is this supposed to be? Alright, so that's in Ashenvale. Okay, I think we were supposed to prevent the summoning of that one god. But the quest item, we need the quest item to use on, I think we need to use the horn, I believe it is. Let me sell this stuff just so I don't accidentally click on it. What it says, T.Y. good morning, thank you, Will. Good morning as well. Or once again, should I say. We are doing the Ironman challenge, leveling from 1 to 110. Oops, and I need that. That is a BOE, so we'll throw that on the auction house a little bit later. I'm looking for the quest item to summon reinforcements. But I might actually just have to read the quest. Stop the duck show. Said that the horn of the ancients was being offered. Alright, so I'm going to abandon this one. Just because I don't have a horn. Let's see, we'll abandon it. And I think it's going to come from those guys at the excavation site. If we don't get it, it's not a big deal. We'll just kind of go to the next area. We're getting pretty close to leveling ourselves out of this area. Let's see if I can catch up with chat once again. It says, cool, I appreciate it. No problem. Let me know if that works. If it doesn't, we'll kind of brainstorm from there. But I think add-ons are typically your #1 root cause for problems with Warcraft after a big patch like we had. Now it says, if you're using Mick Battle text, oh yeah, there's some issues with that. Also had issues with SCADA. I've had issues with Z-Pro, so there's still all that going on. Jake says, Mick is great. Says, oh my god, I finished the quest line for my class mount. Nice. I still have not done that for my DK. I need to finish my quest mount series, but our class mount series. But for the DK, even though it's a bone dragon that's cool and all, it's still just another bone dragon, so I'm just wasn't as enamored with it as I would have been if I was a monk or a hunter. So I'm gonna go back over here and hope these guys, for some odd reason, I think the quest here is, I've missed something along the way. Because we're not getting any quests here. We didn't disrupt the summoning here. But like I said, it doesn't matter all too much. Yeah, it doesn't matter. What we're going to do is we're just going to head into Ashenvale, and we're 24, so at this point there's no real reason to spend too much time on these older quests anyway. See, Jake says crap away. Yeah, Jake, just be careful of crap away, because sometimes for the Ironman challenge you can accidentally sell the gear that you may be able to use, so just watch out for that. Believe it or not, there are some grays that are better than white quality gear, so if you have that add-on on, it will automatically sell that weapon or gear that you have. Asher says the monk one is easily my favorite mount in the game. Yeah, you know, honestly, that's a really nice looking mount. I'm kind of jealous of those guys for it. She says, yeah, don't use the add-on right now. Yeah, pretty much. Maybe in the... I do use... What is that add-on? It might be Crapaway, it might be something else, but usually I have to click on a button to be able to sell all my grays. It's not automatic, so I kind of like having that control, but yeah, Crapaway was, or is very nice. Adrian says, Ironman Challenge is boring on Legion. I don't know, Adrian. I've actually had quite a bit of fun. leveling it up, to be honest. Like I said, coming from someone who considers Legion to be the best expansion so far, I think the Ironman challenge is very addicting, very fun, and it's actually pulled me away from my main quite a bit. I want to see if we can find one more rare over on this side of the mountain, but no, actually, I would say it's the furthest thing from boring as far as actually doing it. Let's see, there is no rare right here, just because it changes the dynamic of questing so much that, you know, it's rather than going in with guns blazing, you're kind of just critiquing each one of the quests and make sure you're not pulling something that you shouldn't, or should be reading a quest where you accidentally don't get one-shotted by some sort of mechanic like the death bolt we did in Northrend. So no, I would say it's Ironman challenge is quite fun, actually. It's almost too much fun. Just because, oh, we got a Stormbringer belt. Nice. So take that and tuck that away to sell later. But yeah, like I said, Adrian, I think the Ironman challenge is quite addicting, especially if you do it yourself. Let's see, Neo says, good luck. Let's see. Trying to catch up with chat. Jake says, agreed, it's a blast. Okay, gotta work. Just gonna just listen for now. All right, Jake. You have a good rest of the day if we don't hear back from you. Neo says later, Jake, as well. But what we're doing right now is just kind of working our way into Ashenvale, just so that we can come across maybe a rare or two. I think there's a Naga on the shore, and then there's some sort of wolf that kind of has a path that patrols, as well as an orc guy, I guess. But we'll point those out. We have to make our way through Ashenvale at the end anyway, so those guys we'll stop by each of their locations, since I kind of have an idea where they're at the moment. We are looking for a Naga that kind of has a pinkish hue to it. There's 3 spawn locations, and we passed one of them, we're coming up on another, and then the third one is kind of closer to the Horde base. Yeah, I don't see it here, so the respawn timer on it's not too bad. I don't think it's as low as, say, 15 minutes, but it's maybe in the range of 30 minutes or so. So it's not too bad to try to come over here and see if he's up. That chest is locked, so we're not going to worry about it. Just kind of keep on plowing through here. And what I've noticed on my warrior, the one that's doing the bloodthirsty Ironman, is that these guys drop a significant amount of greens. So there she is. So that's her. Normally I stay as far away from NPC faction camps as possible, but this one's far enough away that we won't aggro too much. I say that now. Oops. Oh, Sam's on assist. There we go. About 75%, so it's not too bad. It is manageable. If we start dipping down into, say, 60% or something like that, you know, we would sit down and eat. But for the most part, this is kind of manageable. So at this point, I'm going to get back on the path and turn in the quest for Ashenvale and make our way to that last little quest hub going into Stone Talon Mountains. Yeah, the quest is right there. I want to say the dog kind of patrols through this area, and then, like I said, there's a mob over here, and then another one way over here. We probably won't mess with the Furbog rare just because it's kind of high level. It's a little bit more dangerous. I think I almost died over there with my warrior. Asher says, alright Qyune, I'm off. Enjoy the rest of the stream and good luck. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. And you have a good rest of the day as well. And Asher says goodbye to chat as well. Alright, Asher, you have a good rest of the day. Like I said, we're going to... I think what we'll do for today is we want to see if this dog is over here, I think. How does this work out? It's a little bit darker than the normal Ghost Paw runner. And I want to say it's more so over here. Let's see. DJ says, hello. Well, good morning, DJ. How are you doing? And then Nell says, gotta go for a consultant. I'm gonna scan for the baby. See you soon. Alright, Nell, you have a great rest of the day, and let me know how everything goes for you. Hopefully it's going very smooth so far, by the way. Dan the Man, welcome to the stream. Says, you mad, bro? Ironman challenge is dope. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. And welcome to the stream, by the way. This is actually our 5th attempt at it. We're doing, right now we're just kind of looking for rares because we're nearing the end of the stream. But keep an eye out for rares here. But yeah, this is our 5th attempt and our 62nd episode overall. So this is something that we do every morning at 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. And we'll probably start doing afternoon content. I think we'll kind of keep the Ironman challenge in the AMs and then other content with viewers probably in the PM, whether that's afternoon or whatnot. So there he is. So we'll go ahead and get whatever green item he drops. And he gives about 1500 XP. And to kind of give you any sort of a relation value here, this quest gives us 650, but it's almost like a low-level quest in the sense that it's only something that you have to turn in, so you're not going to get a bunch of XP anyway. But at this moment, usually around this level, your XP from killing rares comparable to a quest, but it's starting to diminish, if that makes any sense. Dandaman says, you should try Ironman on vanilla. We are actually, well, I say we are. When they do legacy servers, I definitely plan to do so. But privacy servers, not too keen on joining. I do want to kind of keep it as much as possible the challenge on a retail server. But if they do legacies, we'll definitely do it that way. What we are doing in September, though, is the Ironman challenge race, where we have only warlocks, see how fast they can get to 60, as well as how high of a level can they get within the whole month of September. So for those who are new to the channel, anyone is welcome to join that, by the way. Let's see, Neil says, I'm off too later, everyone. Alright, Neil, you have a good rest of the day. And so I think we shoot this guy through the wall. Asher says, one thing before I go, how do I activate? Now, Asher, is that activating Warcraft, or are you talking about joining the Ironman challenge? What are we activating? There we go. Dan says, you plan to do a subgroup with the Ironman? Pretty much. We're pretty much having anyone. Oops, I'm going to close that out. Anyone who wants to do the Ironman challenge is welcome to come. I think at this point in time we have somewhere between 10 and 12 people joining. So what we're doing, just to kind of keep up with everyone, is they'll go into Discord, announce their character name as well as their server realm that they're participating on, and then I'll go through and just kind of keep up with everyone and provide daily updates when we stream in the morning, if that makes any sense. Alright, so with that, really, We just need to kill 3 more to complete the quest, so I guess we can do that. Normally I don't mess with the questing in this part, but since it's so close anyway. Let's see. Ashley says NPC scanner. If it doesn't seem to show up on the ring or the map when fully updated. So for NPC scanner, there's 2 add-ons that you need. One is the NPC scan add-on, and then there's NPC scan overlay, which is what puts the indicators on the map for you, if that makes any sense. Once you have NPC overlay on, you can click this item and it shows you where all of them are, and you know, you can turn that on and off as needed, but that's kind of how that add-on works. There's 2 add-ons needed for it. One is the scan just kind of announces when you see one, and then the other add-on excuse me, kind of shows you where they should be on the map. So with that done, what we're going to do here is just turn in these quests and then make our way to the other end of Ashenvale. Not really accepting anything as we go. Danaman says, I've ran out of game time, so if I had game time, I wish I could. Now Dan, I don't know how familiar you are with Warcraft, but if you have enough gold, if you're on North American servers, you can do, you can purchase the token for about... Wow. It's gone up 20k in the past week, I think, but now it's 160k gold, so there you go. Wow, I didn't know it jumped that much. But I know some people who've purchased, you know, 1 month, they put in their $15 to get 1 month, and then that month they farmed gold really ambitiously and got the amount that they needed and just kind of farmed gold throughout the month. Asher says, oh, thanks, I will check out that when I get back. Enjoy. Alright, Asher, you have a good rest of the day as well. Dan says, let's see, North American? I'm on North American. Keithy, the guy who's running it primarily, is on EU. So anyone from North American or EU can join. And I guess that extends out to Asian servers as well as your Oceanic servers. So anyone can join that has retail Warcraft. Let me go ahead and turn this in. Oops, I decline that. Just want to turn this in. Right, so with that, we're not going to worry about these guys all too much. Primary focus is to get here. That way we could set ourselves up for quick leveling. We are already 25, so at this point we're just kind of gonna we could just walk right into Stone Talon Mountains if we wanted to, but we're just, these last, I guess, leg of quests provide really good XP for a minimum amount of work, so we do try to do that as much as possible. The Enderman says, I know I have to get 7 to 10 days for free. Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah, like I said, if you can do that, and if you can get the 160k in those days, then more power to you. And that's a pretty much essentially a free subscription at that point. Let's see. Dan says, what's the Discord, and sign me in. The Discord is in the description. I think it's at the very bottom, your last link, if I remember how the layout's at. But that is Keithy's Discord, and we're going to keep the Ironman Challenge on his Discord just so it has one place to everybody to kind of go in and talk about it, and if they have any questions, ask it there. And I try to check it every couple hours just in case there's a couple questions that need to be asked, or need to be answered, should I say. So I do check that every couple hours, and then Keithy's also in it, so we'll keep up with that as much as possible. Jennifer says, they tend to go up near the end of the month. Oh, okay, so that's what that is. I didn't know that, actually. That's good to know. Alright, so we are making our way to Ashenard, just trying to make sure I don't accidentally run into the Horde camp here. What level are these guys? 22? Alright. I was thinking about going over there to kill them, just to get that one rare over there, but For the most part, I think it's more time beneficial to actually get to the location we need to get to. That way we can start Stone Talon Mountains as soon as possible. But yeah, Dan, let me know if you have any issue getting into Discord, and we'll work that out. But I think it should be pretty easy. Keithy's channel is pretty large, but I think the only WoW Warcraft one is the one to go to. Alright, so once we knock this out, once we get out of here, we should be out of horde range. I know most of the NPCs probably won't flag you, but it's just better be safe than sorry. So we're going to head this direction over here. The NPC who has given me my artifact quest has vanished and I can't get the last one. Really? Artifact quest. Which character are you doing, Jennifer? Is it the hunter? Dan says I got into the Discord. Okay, perfect. And like I said, if you guys have any questions as far as Ironman challenges in general, or if questions regarding the Warlock race in September, feel free to either message me on YouTube or Discord, and I will get back as quickly as possible to that. Like I said, I am balancing classes in the afternoon a little bit, but I do try to keep an eye on those as much as possible. Let's see, Dan says, bro, you got rejected by a GM yesterday. Is that me? Name is, man. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm trying to think, Jennifer, because I've done the hunter one once or twice, but I can't remember what had happened, because I do remember her despawning. Dan says, you got rejected by a GM. What is that in reference to, Dan? I'm not sure if I relate to that at all. Alright, so this is the last area of the Ashen Vale that most people will need. Like I said, once you finish up Darkshore, most of the time you're anywhere from 23 to 25, and that should give you the ability to pick up these quests, which should carry you the rest of the way to 25, which I think is what you need to be in Stone Talon Mountains. Let me just confirm that before I actually just say it. Let's see, Stone Talon, yep, 25. So we could go in there now, but like I said, these quests generate a lot of XP, so we'll go ahead and wait for that. Dan says, I mean, I got rejected by a GM. Oh, sorry to hear that. That's that's kind of rough. They responded that fast? As far as like you asking for a game time? Dan says, I'll send you a screenshot on Discord, it'll clear up. Okay. Yeah, like I said, that that's surprising that they would ask that fast or answer that fast, unless you answered or unless you asked before you chimed in here. Jennifer says, I know where she was and the map still shows her, but I've relogged onto the character and now to look for her Dalaran, nothing. I'm trying to do closing. Jennifer, I'm not sure, to be honest. Maybe for whatever quest you're on, or if you're just doing a character thing, try Wowhead and punch in her name. Someone in the comments may have come across the same issue and might be able to help you there. I just don't remember too much as far as getting my artifact, since it was a while ago. But then again, it could be a 7.3 bug, so I guess it's just a lot going on as far as bugs in the game at the moment. But I'm going to go ahead and log out here, and while we log out, for the last time, I'll throw up the rules and Ironman challengers that are just doing the Ironman challenge outside of the race. just so that's available. Links to everything is in the description. But I think Keithy says he's going to stream later today. Dalaran, I'm not really sure of what his schedule is. Chapeau seems to do it every other day. Zero Sin, I've seen him stream the Ironman challenge quite a bit recently, so that might be worth checking into, as well as Progressive. I think Progressive is going to start something up here recently, so those guys are pretty active. But as far as that goes, I think that's about it for today. Like I said, we did go 3.5 hours, and I have my last class of the week today, so I have a little bit of work on my end to knock out. But we'll keep it at 3 hours tomorrow, and then on Friday we'll do an extended stream, and I'll have a calendar for, you know, stream times and whatnot as that comes available. So it'll be by September. So, but with that, we did pretty good today. We got a lot accomplished, knocked stuff out, got to know more members, so thank you guys for being a part of the team. Creamy says, oh, that's easy. Thank you, Creamy. I was kind of suspicious about you. So with that, what we'll do is tomorrow we'll start up same time, 6 o'clock every day, and we'll go from there. So like I said, we went from 17 to 25 today. And I think that's pretty good for one 3-hour session. Will says if she's on a follower mission, she won't appear on the map, by the way. There you go, Jennifer. So if she is on a follower mission, that might be an issue. But yep, I think that's it. Thank you as always for the wave of likes and subscriptions today. I very much appreciate that, and even more so for everyone who chimes in chat and talks, and we discuss various things within and without Warcraft. So thank you guys for that, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Yeah, tomorrow morning. So you guys have a great rest of the day, and I'll let chat run for a little bit longer so you guys can go back and forth. But until then, you guys have a great rest of the day. You guys take care.